clothing superstore to check out the selection of suits, tuxes, shirts, ties, shoes, and more. Visit suits2020.com. The Blackhawks are in their road whites for the final time of this road trip before they go back to the home Reds on Wednesday for the next game. And the Anaheim Ducks are in their home oranges, really orange from top to bottom. They got some orange helmets as well. So going to be a cool color combination for the game tonight. Let's head over to Honda Center now and bring in Steve Conroy to help us preview this game. Steve, do you want to preview this game or do you want to talk about the Bears-Packers game that just wrapped up? I'll leave it up to you.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see 1 minute of that game, but I did hear the Bears won, correct?
Unfortunately, incorrect.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. They should have won is what I think. I'm actually looking at Hamp and OB right now in the other studio. By the way, if you're looking for that, WGN Extra is where you can listen. And I can see OB's, he's got his hand gestures going. So I imagine he's carving into this game right now.
We want them to listen to your pregame show. So, but I'll tell you what, that is entertaining radio for sure.
All right, let's get to tonight's game. Let's kind of forget about last night's game and just shift the attention to tonight, because the last time these two teams met, things got a little chippy at the United Center. And I know this is the third time that these two teams are going to be playing. But what kind of carryover do you expect from the last game between the Blackhawks and Ducks?
I'm not sure much. We saw the McTavish and Connor Bedard, theatrics towards the end of the game. But I also noticed that it wasn't just McTavish. He was chirping, and I'm talking about Connor Bedard. He was chirping the whole bench for Anaheim. So I think they were getting on him throughout the game. Connor Bedard had the last laugh because, as you well know, Anaheim had a quick 3-0 lead in that game, and Connor Bedard scored the last 2 goals to win it 5-3. So typically there's not a lot of carryover, and that was just about a week ago, I guess, that game. I don't think there's going to be much carryover, but that being said, I think it's going to be physical. Anaheim is a fast, exciting team, but they're physical. John and I just watched a couple of replays of Jacob Trouba on Ryan Leonard, and he absolutely flattened the youngster from the Washington Capitals. They've got a number of guys in the back end who can do that. Radko Gudas comes to mind. And even up front, Wyatt Johnston is a kid who can throw the body as well as anybody in the NHL. He's a big boy too. So they've got a combination, I think a lethal combination of speed, of smarts, of really good hands, but also of team toughness too. So I don't think it'll get out of hand. And I think that the score will dictate exactly what happens between Anaheim and the Chicago Blackhawks as far as post-game, post-whistle skirmishers.
I wonder if the chippiness from the last game and even just the game prior when these two teams faced early on in the season is knowing that they're probably going to be facing each other a lot down the road in the Western Conference, given how strong of the nucleuses both organizations are developing, and kind of just setting the tone of kind of like elbowing for position in this rebuild. Am I off base there? Or it feels like these two teams are going to meet quite a bit in the foreseeable future and long term?
No, I think that's a great point. I mean, it's an exciting time for the NHL because, you've got a number of great players, whether it's here in Chicago, whether it's, in Anaheim. I look up north in San Jose, and Macklin Celebrini and a bunch of Will Smith there. They've got a bunch of other guys who are basically teenagers. So the NHL set up for a long, long time. It's in very good hands. And I can remember back during the lockout of 04-05, it was kind of the dead puck era, and then all of a sudden it was Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin who burst onto the scene. And they have carried the NHL basically for 20 years. I think they're passing the torch now to the Connor Bedards, the Leo Carlsons, the Macklin Celebrinis. And I think they realize that they're going to probably face each other in the playoffs. Maybe not this year, but I think next year there's a really good chance that these teams, whether it's Chicago and Anaheim or Chicago and San Jose, see each other. So players typically don't look that far down the turnpike, but I think they've realized that, hey, these two teams, great managers, great coaches. They've been set up very well. They're going to have a lot of success here over the next dozen or so years.
If you're the Blackhawks, you probably are happy that there's a game tonight because of how last ones went, and just kind of forget about the last game, shifting the attention to this game. That's got to be a nice feeling, because if the Hawks end up winning this game tonight, they can leave this road trip with a 2-1-1 record. And I think if you told them that at the beginning of the road trip, they probably would have taken it. So what are you expecting from Chicago tonight?
Yeah, I think they're thankful that they're playing less than 24 hours later, Charlie. It's an opportunity to face another challenge. We talked to Jeff Blashill literally an hour and a half ago, and that's the first thing he said. It's a loss. We're going to park it, and it's on to the next challenge. And you got to look forward to the opportunity because you want to prove yourself. And he's said it a number of times. It's an everyday league, and you have to prove yourself each and every day, each and every shift. He talked about, we thought the Blackhawks had a real good first period. He did too. He thought he liked their second period until about, 3 minutes to go. They were down 1-0, but with 3 minutes to go, they let in a couple late in the second. So I'm sure they've talked to players about some of those mistakes, and some of them were self-inflicted. We talked about it in the postgame show. So they can go over that. Whether you win, whether you lose 6-0 or 1-0, it's still just one loss. So, I've had coaches tell me, I'd rather lose one game 7-0 than 7 games 1-0. And it's true because, that really kills you in the standings, but it's not going to hurt as much because it's just one game. So they have an opportunity to bounce back here in a big way. And I think, the guys, they weren't down and out. I talked to a couple of them this morning in the team meal room, and they were really looking forward to this one tonight.
Yeah, fortunately, this isn't like football where if you get routed, you have to sit and try to think about it and talk about it for a week. Hawks just getting right back into the action tonight. And I think Jeff even said that after the Buffalo game, too, when they got routed 9-3. He's like, it counts the same in the standings, just kind of flush it and move forward. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how the Blackhawks are going to respond because the Hawks have been pretty good about responding after games like that, which have been few and far between.
Yeah, no, that's a real good point. Whenever there has been a dud, it's typically they come back with a real strong performance. I think I saw a number after a loss, 4-1-2, possibly. I could be wrong on that, but it's. I look at a guy like Connor Bedard, and he has not been shut out point wise in consecutive games yet this year. If he gets shut out in a game, he's always scoring or assisting in the next game. So last night he was shut out, obviously, because it was a 6-0 score. He typically responds with a good game, and for whatever reason, he's really lit it up against the Anaheim Ducks. 3 goals, 13 assists in 8 games. So I expect his line to be dominant. I thought that LA did a great job of smothering them last game. He and Green and Burakovsky, and I expect them to have a real strong performance. And, they can look forward to the fact that Anaheim's without their 2 top starters, their 2 top goalies. Both of those guys injured. They did see Billy Husso in that game back in Chicago, and I think he only saw 1 shot, and it was a goal. And it was a tough way to come in with Peter Mrazek hurting himself late in the third period. But that's an area that maybe they can take advantage of is some untested goaltenders between the pipes for the Ducks.
Well, I'm also expecting you to have a strong performance tonight. You and John are going to have a great call. Hopefully you're calling a winner and we can have a fun plane ride home back tonight to Chicago.
With that kind of faith in us, Charlie, we're going to deliver. I can guarantee you.
I love it. All right. Have a great call.
All right. Thanks.
All right. That's going to do it for the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. John Weideman and Steve Conroy have the call coming up next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Happen OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether it's a plumbing emergency or just a simple repair like a clogged toilet, Plumbers 911 is your source for the best licensed plumbers. Every plumber has background checks, insurance, and 10,000 hours of training. When you call 1-833-PLUM-911, you'll be connected with one of Chicagoland's most trusted contractors, like Berwyn Western Plumbing in Westmont. Wherever you are, a Plumbers 911 contractor is always close by. Call 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, where they do it right the first time.
Every fall, things start to shift. The weather, the colors, even our daily routines. One other change you might need to make, your Medicare plan. I'm John Williams, and right now it's Medicare open enrollment, which could potentially be good news. Your drug costs could be lower. Your plan might get improved, or it might not. That's why you need to pay attention to this. Let me introduce you to Tom Dillon of JT Medicare Solutions, your new best friend. Tom studies Medicare supplement and Advantage plans all year long for a living. He'll help you find the plan that's best for you, your healthcare needs, your medications, your budget, and it won't cost you a dime. His services are covered by the insurance companies, regardless of which plan you choose. So why not let him help you? He'll ask a few questions, give you your best options, even handle the paperwork. Don't put this off. Call JT Medicare Solutions, 1-800-227-1012. That's 1-800-227-1012 or jtmedicaresolutions.com.
I'm here with Home Sweet Home Chicago real estate attorney and trust planning expert Dave Schluter, who has been practicing law for nearly 40 years. Dave, we get a lot of calls into the show from our listeners asking about powers of attorney. Can you please give a short explanation onto the issues of powers of attorney?
There are two different documents that are mutually exclusive to one another. And in marriage and domestic partner situations, the default first person named to act is the spouse or the partner most of the time. We provide in our documents for two additional layers of people to be in charge because there are long-term illnesses, mental difficulties, financial changes, and they can always come back at a later date and revise things if those relationships change.
Dave always provides a free phone or in-person consultation, has a great staff, and you can reach him by calling 630-285-5300 or online at wgnattorney.com. That's 630-285-5300 or online at wgnattorney.com.
Before and after every Bears game, tune into Happen OB right here on 720 WGN.
It's go time.
Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, official truck partner of the Chicago Bears.
100 years.
This is just fantastic.
One city.
Chicago!
One team.
Go Blackhawks!
The kids.
Nazar on a breakaway down the slot. Shoots, he scores! With a shot, score! Where he score!
They can play an original six tradition that rattles the rafters with Chicago pride.
Where you from?
Chicago. Chicago. Chicago, Chicago. From the anthem to the final horn. It's time for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. With the call of the game, here's John Whiteman and Steve Conroy.
The Chicago Blackhawks end their 4-game Western Roadie here in Anaheim this evening, and they better be prepared for some tough sledding when they take on the revenge-minded Anaheim Ducks. The Hawks have already won the season series against Anaheim, but the Ducks' primary concern tonight is to avoid a season sweep by beating a group of Blackhawks who will endeavor to bounce back from one of their worst losses of the season. That taking place, of course, last night up in L.A. Hi again, everyone. John Whiteman along with Steve Conroy. We are here at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Our good friend Charlie Rinaliotis is standing by in Blackhawk Central. We want to welcome you into our broadcast this evening. The Blackhawks and the Anaheim Ducks, coached by Joel Quenneville. This is going to be the final game of the regular season. And, Steve, this Ducks team has had the benefit of rest. They haven't forgotten what happened in the last meeting between these two teams only about 4 games ago. And so I have a feeling they're going to have some extra motivation in this game tonight against the Blackhawks here.
Oh, I would think so, and especially early. And that's why the Blackhawks really have to come out and be ready for an onslaught, because that's what Anaheim can do. It's not just one line. It's literally 4 lines. And if they don't beat you with speed and skill, they can beat you with physicality, because they are a big team. They're heavy on the puck. They're a punishing team. And if you make mistakes, they'll jump on those. So, yeah, it's an opportunity, though, for the Blackhawks, too, to kind of park a bad game. Their last game against the L.A. Kings was one they'd like to forget, and the best way to forget about it is to come out here, play a good game, hopefully win it, and then look back on a very successful Western road trip.
Steve, I don't have to tell you, because you played 15 years in the National Hockey League, and you know all about getting hit with pucks and sticks and skates and whatnot, bodies. Hockey players are tough people, and Teuvo Teravainen is going to be back in the Hawks lineup here this evening with a great big zipper in his upper lip. I feel terrible for the kid because he's got a swollen mouth. He got hit with that puck a couple games ago in L.A., and I believe that the Blackhawks missed him in that last game against L.A. He's back in the lineup tonight.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And I think he might have lost a couple of teeth in that shot to the face. And that's the kind of guy Teuvo Teravainen is. Even in that game, having to leave, he ended up leading all forwards in ice time. head coach Jeff Blashill leans on him a lot, whether it's just in a 5-on-5 situation, but especially on the penalty kill. He's typically one of the first forwards out there for the penalty kill, and he is just so smart on the ice. Defensively, offensively, he's a gifted player too. Might not be the fastest guy in the world, but he's really good at spotting open people, getting them the puck. And it just seems like he makes everyone better on his line, his team. So, yeah, a welcome addition back to the lineup, Teuvo Teravainen.
Well, what might be of interest to fans of these two teams is the goaltender matchup we're going to see here tonight. The Anaheim Ducks entering the ice right now, led by their starting goaltender, Ville Husso. And for the Blackhawks, it's going to be Arvid Soderblom, who you and I got to see in Detroit several games ago, road games ago. And he really put on a show, did Soderblom. So we're hoping that he'll put on that same kind of show here this evening.
Yeah, that was probably his best game of the year. He allowed I think it was just a 1 goal, 45 saves on 46 shots in Detroit. Some highlight reel saves in that game. He is coming off a couple of losses that he'd like to forget about, especially against Buffalo when he was in that for all 9 goals. Then he came home and lost to a Nashville team. Close game, 4-3, and it wasn't his fault, but that's 13 goals in 2 games. He wants to change that in a hurry. What better way than to do it on the road in Anaheim?
All right, who's going to deliver? Sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. Electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm going with Ryan Donato. He scored an overtime game winner against Anaheim earlier this season, and I think he's due. Keys for the game tonight are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Take it away, Steve.
Well, first off, go short, go hard, young man. We're talking about the Chicago Blackhawks who played less than 24 hours ago. It wasn't pretty. They want to forget about it, and the best way to do that is to get into this game in a hurry. Secondly, it's not a ducky goaltending situation here in Anaheim. So you want to get to those 2 goaltenders who don't have a lot of NHL experience. And then finally, it's okay to bend, but don't break on the pond. And Chicago Blackhawks, they'll be under pressure. Just make sure that you're bending, not breaking. You don't want to give Anaheim the early lead.
Let's pick up our anthem singer right now.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Nice rendition of the anthem provided by Tim Kepler. Before we get to the starting lineup, Steve, who are you banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank, celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
Well, I'm playing it safe. I'm going with Connor Bedard. Mentioned to Charlie Remiliotis. He has 3 goals, 13 assists in his 8 games against these Anaheim Ducks. He was pointless last night up the road here in L.A., and he hasn't gone back-to-back games without a point, so I'm banking on Connor Bedard.
All right. Starting lineup sound this way. Ville Husso starts in goal for Anaheim. At defense are Jackson Lacombe and Jacob Trouba. Up front from left to right, Chris Kreider starts at left wing. Centering the Ducks opening line, Leo Carlsson. Starting at the right wing is Troy Terry. For the Blackhawks, it's Arvid Soderblom in goal. He's 3-2-0 in his career against the Ducks. At defense are Alex Vlasic and Artyom Levshunov. Up front from left to right, Ryan Green starts at left wing. Connor Bedard centers the Hawks opening line. Andre Burakovsky starts at the right wing. And we're underway here in Anaheim as the Ducks get control of the puck. It's shot in by Jackson Lacombe down the boards, and in behind the net it goes. Connor Bedard had it for a moment, lost it to Troy Terry, who spins the puck around And this is over the stick of Lacombe and back down ice into the Anaheim zone. Other way quickly, the referees are Bo Halkitis and Peter McDougall. Handling the lines tonight are Brandon Grillo and Kyle Murkison. Ducks on the attack at the Hawk line. Leo Carlson slithering into the zone, stopping at the right point. Moves it to Lacombe, left circle, sent it toward the front of the net. That was blocked. Now Troy Terry from the right circle will fire. And a chest save made by Soderblom. Ducks hold the zone. Lacombe from the left point fires. That's tipped down by Kreider and off the side of the net. Ducks get it back again. Lacombe at the left point. To Trouba, right point. Now to Lacombe in the high slot area. Leaving it there. And a shot by Carlson sails wide. Banks out into the crease. And it's immediately lifted through the air by Green to center ice. Hawks looking a little slow right now early on.
Yeah, good puck possession by Anaheim. They got a couple of shots, but a good side. Looks like too many men for
Sure
Anaheim.
does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Good call by the linesman, though. Cutter Gauthier jumped on the ice and grabbed the puck. Two guys heading off the ice weren't off the ice yet, so good job by the linesman.
40 men on the ice.
There's the call. Good job by you, Steve, to pick it up there.
Yeah, well, what I was saying, though, just prior to that, good puck possession by Anaheim. They had a couple of really good shots, and it's nice to see Arvid Soderblom get in the game early. Makes two big stops, less than a minute in, and now the Blackhawks have an opportunity to do some damage here with the man advantage.
He'll be on the Sitco power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Sitco. Download the app now to start saving. Face-off controlled by the Hawks. Teravainen's got the puck left point. Fires toward the net. Deflected wide by Colton Dock and up off the glass. Now along the far boards. Nice job by Sam Renzel to hold the puck in at the right point. Carries down to the right wing corner. Snaps it behind the net around to Teravainen along the left half boards. Put it back around to Donato to the line now. And Renzel will fire, and that hit the Ducks' Ryan Paling and deflects back down ice into the Hawk end.
Second unit power play out for Jeff Blashill because it was the Connor Bedard line starting the game. They were a little tired after that first shift, so second unit getting an opportunity.
Teravainen enters the Ducks zone on the left wing side. Slings it down behind the net around to Ryan Donato, now in the right wing corner. Here's Donato, put it out to the right point, Renzel. To Teravainen, top of the left circle, back to Renzel, high slot, long wrist shot, blockered away by Husso. Hawks get control again. Teravainen from the left wing corner to Renzel at the line, left point. Moves it over, top of the right circle, Donato. Put it in low, bottom of the circle. Green, cross to Teravainen. To the high slot, Renzel. He shoots, and that hit a body on the way through. Ricochets up the boards, and all Teravainen can do is one-hand the puck back out to center ice, allowing the Hawks to get it back. Renzel missing on a pass ahead for Donato, and the whistle blows for icing here. Ryan Donato pleading his case with the linesman as if to say that hit a Duck player on the way through.
Yeah, I don't think it hit an orange stick. And Renzel, trying to make the quick up pass, but he was on the opposite side of the red line, so it certainly wasn't icing. Sam Renzel had 3 shot attempts on net. I think only one actually made it through. So that second unit with Sam Renzel on the quarterback end of it, getting an opportunity with a long-range shot.
Face off to the right of Soderblom. Hawks get control now. Then Renzel passing it ahead. Donato over the Duck line down the right wing. Runs into a check from Radko Gudas. And then Colton Dock poke checks the puck down behind the Duck net and strips it away from Kyle Granlund. Here's Colton Dock back in the net. Run into by Drew Hellison of the Ducks. Granlund got hold of the puck, and he'll immediately ice it as he slings it over everybody and down.
Blackhawks power play was changing. I felt sorry for Colton Dock. He had absolutely no support. Nobody to help him out on the forecheck. He actually did a pretty good job, but it was basically a 1-on-4.
17 seconds on the power play. Andre Burakovsky into the Duck zone left wing side. Slings the puck across to the right wing corner, but it bounces out to Mason McTavish, and the Duck forward will fire it down. We're down to 5 seconds left on the Hawk power play, and they won't get another rush. In fact, Levshunov nearly turned the puck over in behind the net. As it is, he put it to the near corner to Kaiser, who's outnumbered. Gave up the puck along the boards to Cutter Gauthier as the Ducks are at full strength. Now Pavel Minchikov firing from the high slot. That goes wide. And McTavish behind the net to Minchikov in the slot, firing a shot and a blocker saved by Soderblom. Back at Seneca with the puck left point for Anaheim. To McTavish along the left sideboards. Now the puck is knocked free down ice to the Duck blue line. Connor Bedard tried to get to it. He was beaten to the puck, however, by the Ducks' Jacob Trouba. Trouba to Minchikov, Duck line right wing to Seneca, Hawk line on the right wing side. He'll deflect the puck down into the near corner Hawk zone. Louis Crevier is able to work it out up the left wing side. Over the stick of Ilya Mikheyev and down into the Duck end. And now Radko Gudas to the puck. Sends it along the right boards to Mason McTavish. Swings it back across the zone. Gudas on the left wing side. Moves it ahead. Here's Troy Terry through center over the hot line on the right wing and fires a shot over the net. And that hit the glass, bounces away. Carlson took it away along the left boards to Kreider. Back pass to the left point. Taken there by Owen Zellweger. He'll spin it down in behind the Hawk net. It's picked off by Kaiser now beside the net, and he'll drive it around behind the net and up the right side boards down to the Duck blue line. The teams are making line changes.
That's right, Terry. The real nice move on Wyatt Kaiser, who doesn't normally get beat one-on-one, but he got beat cleanly there.
Carlson into the Hawk zone, stopping top of the right circle. Hands it to Chris Kreider. To Carlson, right circle again. He fires, and this hit one of the Hawks, I believe Connor Murphy, and deflects up into the protected netting. So no score in the game. Shots on goal favoring Anaheim early on, 3-0.
Leo Carlson with a real nice move on Ryan Donato, who's not a defenseman, but he just shows his edge work, and the big Swede, excellent edge work, 6'3", over 200 pounds. He played the most of any Duck in their last game against the Washington Capitals, a shootout win. He played 23 minutes, 35 seconds. He had 7 shots in that game.
Yeah. He's a true talent.
Yeah, he is.
Boy.
He is. And, you know, a little different path to the NHL than Connor Bedard. In fact, their general manager, Pat Verbeek, they eased him in his first year. He was basically spot duty. He only played about half the games. And they think that that's really helped his progression.
Now Frank Nazar runs into Jackson Lacombe in the left wing corner Duck zone. Ryan Donato strips the puck away, put it around to Connor Murphy, right point. Long shot from there, deflects wide. Truba then slings the puck around up the right wing side. Alex Killorn at center ice. To Ryan Strome over the Hawk line. Put it to the left wing side. Frank Vetrano, who fired toward the Hawk net. That deflects away. And loose puck to the near boards to Donato. He'll clear to center ice.
That was Ryan Strome who picked that out of midair. It was literally 2 feet off the ice. The redirection just missed.
Lacombe dumps the puck off the right corner boards. Hawk zone. It bounces out for Killorn. And at the last second, Matt Grzelcyk lifted Killorn's stick, so he couldn't get a clean shot away. There to get the puck, Donato. He gains the Duck line and spins it down behind the Anaheim net. Minchikov moving it up the left wing side. Granlund at center ice. Goes rink wide to a pass to Poling, who shot it back across into the Hawk zone, but the puck taken away by the Hawks. And now an outlet pass from Vlasic to center ice. To Burakovsky to Bedard. To Burakovsky over the Duck line down the right wing to the corner. Hellison of the Ducks reaching him, and now Burakovsky somehow got the puck out to the right point. Artyom Levshinov to the left point. Vlasic to Levshinov down deep slot. He fires, and that one deflects off of Granlund into the right wing corner. Puck comes free again, and again, Levshinov pumps a shot that was blocked by Granlund. And Levshinov now strips it away at the Duck blue line, but the puck is pushed to center ice, and the Hawks, Ryan Green, took it back. Over to Vlasic, left wing over the Duck line. Firing from the left circle, and a kick save made. Loose puck taken back by Bedard in the left wing corner. Tried to center the puck. Picked off by the Ducks. They come back up ice. Seneca to center ice. Sends the Hawks. Actually sends Zellweger over the Hawk line and down the slot in the Hawk zone. And he was pushed off the puck nicely there by Renzel, who caught him at the last second. Seneca on the left wing corner to McTavish, back in the net. Rolls into the right circle. Spins it to the left point to Zellweger. A long shot from there and a blocker save made by Arvid Soderblom. Teuvo Teravainen at the Hawk blue line. Tied up by Gudish. Puck taken away by Zellweger to the Hawk zone down the right wing side. Sent it across over to Gauthier at the left point. He coughed up the puck and the Hawks cleared their end. Teravainen into the Duck zone. Floats the pass into the right circle for Jason Dickinson. Dickinson to the right wing corner. Kicks the puck in behind the net. Was tripped. Teravainen got it. Flips it out to the high slot. This hops over Louis Crevier's stick and down ice into the Hawk zone, enabling the Ducks a line change.
That's unfortunate. Louis Crevier wide open and a heads-up play by Teuvo Teravainen. But that puck, as you mentioned, John, skipped on Crevier and it just jumped over his stick.
Jackson Lacombe intercepts a pass at the Duck line. Gave it ahead to Troy Terry into the Hawk zone right point. Sends it over the left wing corner Hawk zone. This time Crevier settles it down. And Carlson all over him there, but Crevier put it behind the net, and a nice play by Wyatt Kaiser to cleverly work his way in front, then spin the puck up the right boards to center ice to Bertuzzi. He kicks the puck into the Duck zone, and the Ducks get it back. Jacob Trouba near corner. Passing up the left wing side. Lacombe at center ice. Crisscrossing the center ice area down to the right wing side Hawk zone. Put the puck down behind the Hawk net. And Strome and Connor Murphy battle. Now Frank Vetrano to the puck in the left wing corner for Anaheim. Leaving it there for Ryan Strome. Fed it across to the right point to Hellison. He'll send the puck down behind the Hawk net. Killorn digs it out there. Carries back up the boards toward the point. Moves it out to the line. Minchikov firing. Butterfly save made by Soderblom. Ducks get it back. Minchikov left point to Hellison. Deep slot over to Killorn. Right circle. Plus circle. He fires and that's squeezed with the glove of Soderblom, and he'll hold on to it, and a whistle will stop play. We have 11:44 left in period number 1 here in Anaheim. Hawks and Ducks, no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe, power outage, furnace failure, no hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
This is the sound of Claire cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Ryan Donato. Break's over. More Blackhawks hockey coming up.
Well, hockey is better at the United Center. The Blackhawks return home on Wednesday, December 10th for an Original Six Centennial matchup against the New York Rangers. Both teams will be sporting their Centennial jerseys, so it's not a game you want to miss. Secure your spot today at blackhawks.com/tickets.
Got some home games coming up. Hawks will return to the United Center to take on their Original Six rival, the New York Rangers. I love Hawks-Rangers games. There's just something about them. They've just got kind of a vibe to them. Off the draw, the Ducks get the puck, and Minchikov from the left point snaps one in on Soderblom. He gloves the puck and holds it there. Face off to his right.
When you look at the Chicago Blackhawks, they've had 4 shot attempts from defensemen that have all been blocked. 2 by Levshunov, 2 by Rinzel. Real key, especially against Anaheim, get your shots through. Sometimes it's better just to take a little bit off the shot and make sure it's getting through that forechecker.
Now the draw won again by the Ducks. Here's Minchikov along the far boards. Had the puck stripped away by Donato to Green. Green tried to hand it through a pack of players. Just bounces away, and now finally Green will grab it and dig it past a couple more players. Put it over now to Kaiser. Whips a pass up the left wing to Colton Dock at center ice, and he'll backhand it down to the inboards on the Duck end. Pavel Minchikov there for Anaheim. To Ryan Strome, actually Drew Hellison behind the net. Now to Minchikov. Nearly had the puck stripped out from the tops of the circles by Dickinson, but kept it away. Moving ahead into the Hawks zone to Ryan Poehling. He's knocked down by Louis Crevier. Fans here asking for a penalty, but none will be given. Dickinson absorbs a check, moves it along the left wing boards at center ice, and then flips it back into the Hawk zone. We're going to get a whistle here. And I believe offside will be the call. Big Ross Johnston out there, Steve. He is having a career season. He's tied his career high in points with 7 already. And I guess Joel Quenneville likes the way he plays and likes the way he defends. He's given him a lot of ice.
Yeah, typically Joel likes to have, I'll call him a lion tamer, a guy who's capable of dropping the gloves, but isn't going to hurt you when he's on the ice. And yeah, he plays a 4th-line role, but he had a big goal against the Washington Capitals his last game. Only played about 7.5 minutes, so it's not a ton of time, but you're right. He is fulfilling his role perfectly in Anaheim.
His next point will be his career high. This early in the season, kind of hard to believe, but he's getting it done. He's from Prince Edward Island, by the way, Ross Johnston, a really good guy. Inside the Canuck zone, the Duck zone, I should say. The puck poked to center ice by the aforementioned Johnston. Taken back by the Hawks. Burakovsky in front of the Hawks bench. Spins the puck back into the Hawk end. Vlasic will pick it up and gallop in behind the net and then stop there. Send it back up the left wing side, not out of the zone. Held in by Carlson at the point. He whips the puck over to the left wing corner, and Vlasic is over to get it. Passing behind the net. Levshunov will send it up the left wing side. Teravainen deflects the puck into the Duck zone. Carlson along the near boards. Will pass it out the center ice to Kreider. To Troy Terry over the Hawk line, right point. Dropped it off. Connor Murphy slaps the puck down to the Duck blue line. And Trouba there. Head to Carlson. Rink White pass for Zellweger in front of the benches at center ice. He whips it down the boards into the Hawk zone. This deflects to Murphy behind the net. To Mikheyev along the far boards. Back to Murphy. Back to Mikheyev in the far corner. He eludes pressure but shot it across the rink. Trouba grabs the puck, shoots and scores. Ilya Mikheyev was hoping to find a teammate wide open on the left side of the ice. Hawks had a little trouble clearing that end. And then as the puck ricocheted out to the top of the right circle, there was Trouba to pound it home. The Ducks lead 1-0.
That's too bad because they did have control of it a couple of separate times. And as you mentioned, Mikheyev was looking for Vlasic to possibly jump up ice. And Vlasic's feet were kind of standing still. In fact, he was thinking that Mikheyev was going to pass it off the boards behind the net. Instead, he put it in front of him. Vlasic nowhere near it. It ended up bouncing off the boards. Perfect one-time opportunity for Trouba. And he has got a rocket right from the top of the circle, above the pad, below the glove, 1-0 Anaheim.
Yeah, Jacob Trouba doesn't score that often, but that's actually now his 5th on the season. It'll be unassisted, and the goal at 10:16 of period number 1.
What a renaissance for Jacob Trouba, who is now a +10, second best on this team. You mentioned the 5 goals, and it did not go well for him in New York with the New York Rangers, and he has found a new life here in Southern California.
His old teammate, by the way, Chris Kreider. Into the Hawk zone, McTavish from the left wing corner fires a shot, turned out of there, and a follow-up shot now from Trouba from the right point, and that deflects away as well. Nazar to center ice on the right wing, hands the puck off net. Grzelcyk over the duck line on the left wing side, and he wires a shot over the net up off the glass. Loose puck in the far corner. Came out to Bertuzzi. To Rinzel high slot. He fires on a glove save made by Husso, and he'll hold on. That's only the Hawks' 3rd shot of the game. They're being outshot right now by the Ducks 11-3. The Ducks lead 1-0 with 9:05 left in period number 1 here in Anaheim. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, hockey fans, this is Jeremy Roenick. The Blackhawks play here on Chicago's hockey station, WGN Radio.
Hearing I had cancer was devastating. Learning vital organs would be temporarily removed to reach it had me speechless. I'm Jessica. When I found out I had a tumor stretching from my heart to my hip, the first thing I thought of was my family. Then my cancer, cardiology, and transplant team at Northwestern Medicine came up with a plan to save my life.
Nationally ranked for cancer by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital was one of the only hospitals in the nation with the collective expertise to perform Jessica's 10-hour surgery. After temporarily removing her liver and kidney to reach the tumor, they replaced the damaged vein and removed the additional cancer that had grown into her heart.
My team stopped at nothing so that I'm able to be here with my family.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, the holidays are all about family, friends, and Blackhawks hockey. Our group ticket packages are perfect for end-of-year parties, family outings, and so much more. Kick off the new year strong by checking out all the group ticket offerings at blackhawks.com/groups. Bring your crew. Bring the noise.
Sorry, Steve. Face off to the left of Husso. The Ducks get control. Granlund back into the Ducks lineup. Into the Hawk zone. Right point. Spun it into the high slot there for Johnston. Johnston then runs over Wyatt Kaiser in the right wing corner. And the puck comes free. Ryan Paling's got it there. Then Kaiser strips it away. Oh, he gets pounded from behind into the glass by Johnston, but sheds the check and moves on. Oliver Moore into the Duck zone. To Bertuzzi down the left wing side. Back past the Kaiser left point. He fires. And that was hit by Lacombe in front with the skates. Bertuzzi along the right side boards. To Nazar, dives in the high slot to drop the puck back to a teammate, but picked off by the Ducks. Here's Ross Johnston firing it down the boards into the Hawk end. He'll get off on a change. Ryan Strome in the far corner, Hawk in. Plays the puck behind the net. Kaiser swings it around up the near side. Dickinson's got the puck out to center ice. Dickinson now caught from behind by Strome. Put the hook into him. Didn't get called for a penalty. Ducks on the attack. Frank Petrano into the Hawk zone down the right wing side. Put the puck down to the corner. Matt Grzelcyk put it back in behind the Hawk net. Dickinson had it swept away. Look out. Right on the doorstep. Petrano with a shot. It's kicked out of there by Soderblom. We get a whistle stopping play. And I'm not exactly sure what we have. Too many men on the ice?
Well, that was a long time ago. The Blackhawks were guilty of too many men on the ice, and now they're blowing the whistle, which was...
Chicago, bench minor penalty. Too many men on the ice.
It was literally 30 seconds ago, and I noticed it, and whoever jumped on touched the puck. I'm not sure exactly who it was, and Joel Quenneville was livid, and he was really upset, and it took the officials, well, a good 30 seconds to make the call. In the meantime, Arvid Soderblom made 2 fantastic stops. He's now made 12 saves on 13 shots, but now Anaheim to the power play, and believe it or not, Anaheim's power play, not that great.
Yeah.
They are currently ranked 21st in the entire NHL, 0 for 15 in their last 4 games.
Face-off circle to the right of Soderblom. Hawks, by the way, in killing them off, they're 5th best in the NHL. You were 1 for 2 last night up in L.A. Now a draw to the right of Soderblom. Green wins it from Killorn. Put the puck in behind the Hawk net. Murphy digs it out, moves it to the near side of Teravainen. He'll clear the puck across the rink and down into the Duck end. Jackson Lacombe back to pick it up for Anaheim behind his net. Here's Lacombe skating the puck out to the Anaheim blue line where he'll drop the puck off. And the oncoming Carlson to the puck to Terry, breaking it over the Hawk line down the right wing. Put it back to the left point, Kreider. To Lacombe at the blue line, deep slot. And he'll carry over to the left wing side. Lacombe to the corner. To Kreider behind the net. He moves it to the near boards for Granlund. Back to Kreider in the corner. Spins it behind the net to Lacombe along the left half boards. To Terry. And then out to the left point to Carlson. To Granlund right point. Now to Carlson at the line. The puck hops over his stick. Ryan Green's got it for the Hawks. Short-handed into the Duck zone. He'll fire from the top of the left circle, and that deflects wide of the net.
Yeah, I feel bad for Ryan Green. He was out there for 55 seconds killing a penalty. He didn't have a lot of gas left in the tank, and just took a token shot right at the end of the shift.
1 minute left on the Duck power play. Troy Terry in the Hawk zone along the right boards. Punched into the boards there by Crevier as the puck bounces out to center ice off of one of the Hawk players' sticks. Granlund took it into the Hawk zone, but you heard the whistle cut the air. Offside are the Ducks. So now they're down to 46 seconds of power play time, but the Ducks do have the 1-0 lead with 6:40 left in period 1.
And John, you know what's been noticeable in this game so far? He doesn't probably get enough press, enough coverage as Troy Terry. Very talented young player for the Anaheim Ducks. And, you know, we talk about the Carlsons and the Cutter Gauthiers, and, you know, there's great stories in Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba, who scored the lone goal tonight. But Troy Terry, boy, you know, we're only 13 and a half minutes into this hockey game. He has made 3 or 4 really high-level plays so far.
I think Troy Terry one day will be the captain of this team, Steve. He's got high character and just a great kid, as you mentioned, real talent. McTavish into the Hawk zone right point. To Zellweger at the line. Now back to McTavish along the right wing board. Swats it behind the net around to the left point to Gauthier. Now to Zellweger firing from the line. A nice save made by Soderblom as he knelt down in the crease and took that off his chest. Then the puck cleared out of there by Louis Crevier to center ice. Now Kaiser at the Hawk line. Gave it to Nazar. Over the Duck line left wing. Drop pass. Teravainen moving to the net. He had it knocked off his stick. Got it back along the right boards. Hawks come to full strength. Teravainen put the puck behind the net. Nazar, he'll bank it out to center ice to Vlasic, and the Hawks get control and settle things down. Murphy sent it rink wide, intended for Burakovsky. It's off his stick into the Duck zone, but Nazar recovers. Nazar in the left wing circle, turning with the puck in the half board. Fed it over right circle. Levshunov fires. Husso makes the blocker save. Puck ricochets up the right wing boards to Seneca of the Ducks. Moves it across the rink to McTavish into the Hawk zone along the left boards. Stripped of the puck by Vlasic. Here's Burakovsky breaking into the Duck zone right wing side to Vlasic right point. Put it over the left point, but then McTavish of the Ducks deflects the puck to center ice. And Bedard's back to get the puck in the Hawk zone. Bedard to Green. Green now dropping along the near boards. Levshunov pokes it to center ice. Trouba slaps it back into the Hawk zone. Ryan Strome down the right wing side will fire. Blocker save made by Soderblom. Loose puck at the top of the crease, pulled out of there by Killorn. Killorn to the left point, then through the high slot, then over to the right wing circle. Alex Killorn in behind the Hawk net, stops, hands it off to Strome along the left boards. Back to Killorn left corner. Then to Lacombe at the left point. He'll sweep it down behind the Hawk net. Strome there, leaving it for Killorn. Returns it now to Lacombe, who fires a butterfly save made by Soderblom. Lacombe again from the left point. Hands it there to Strome. Strome now closing into the top of the left circle. Will fire. That deflects wide. Loose puck in the crease. Soderblom is down on top of it and holds on. And a whistle stops play. Well, the Blackhawks did come back to full strength. That's sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. 1-0 Ducks with 4:25 left in the first here in Anaheim. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port Chicago, Illinois.
Steve Bug from GLCU. I know you want to help people that are a little behind, right?
For Great Lakes Credit Union members, we do have programs to help them. If they have a loan with us today, we can offer skip a payment options. We also have forbearance assistance is another avenue that members can explore. And then we also have our short-term loan product that we call Fast Cash that can really just help members manage expenses at an affordable rate.
For more, go to glcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Connor Bedard. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
'Tis the season, Chicago. The holiday spirit is shining bright at the United Center this December, and there's no better way to celebrate than giving the gift of the Blackhawks. From customized gift guides to special ticket packages, there's something for every fan on your list. Check out Blackhawks.com/holidays for all the details.
This next faceoff will be in the Hawk zone in a circle to Soderblom's right. Each team's had a power play in this game. Neither could score. Shots 18-5 in favor of Anaheim.
Really controlling the boards, John. It just, not only are they controlling the boards, they're getting shots, they're getting puck retrievals, and they're just kind of reloading again.
And they get the puck off this face-off. Here's Minchikov, top of the left circle, whips it across the rink. And a great play by Bertuzzi to lift the stick of Hellison so that the puck could tumble to center ice. And now here's Nazar to Bertuzzi over the duck line, 2-on-1 with Moore. He sent it across for Moore. The pass was just over his stick. Moore along the right boards tried to send the puck to the corner. This is slapped by Minchikov out the center ice. And Crevier grabs the puck in front of the duck bench, whips it down behind the net around to the near side. Hellison now hands the puck ahead to Troy Terry. Here's Terry along the right boards at the duck blue line. Spinning it ahead to center ice. Terry in over the Hawk line. Fed it down the left wing side. Minchikov fires, and that looked like that hit the shoulder of Arvid Soderblom and deflects up and out of play.
Yeah, and I also heard a ting, so it might have gone off the shoulder and the post. Down the other end, though, I thought Tyler Bertuzzi, excellent opportunity, 2-on-1, and it ended up, he tried to saucer the puck, and it ended up going just over the stick of the intended receiver. So, good job by Hellison, the defenseman, who laid down on that play.
Yeah. When Minchikov shot, by the way, Steve, I gave Soderblom credit for getting the shoulder on that. He actually got the shaft of his goal stick on it, and then it hit the side of the post. Good call by you. Now Gudas firing at the line. It hit Teravainen in the foot, ricochets back to center. Gudas back to get it as Teravainen will head to the bench. Beckett Seneca into the Hawk zone down the left wing side, and McTavish shot it across the rink. Kaiser with a timely stick blade in there, knocked it out to the line. And then it ends up on the far side of the rink. And Delaware will play back into the deep into the near corner Hawk zone. Murphy leaving the puck there for Kaiser. He's bear hugged from behind into the inboards there by Gauthier, but frees himself. Put the puck around up the right wing side. And pinching now from the point was Zellweger. kept the puck alive in the corner, but now Jason Dickinson will backhand it down ice into the duck end. The Hawks will go for a line change. Here's the pass from Gudas out to Seneca at center ice. 10 points in his last 10 games. He gave up the puck at center ice. Bertuzzi got it to Bedard over the duck line down the right wing. Tried to make a back pass, picked off by Seneca. And then Nazar reaching and strips it away. Then Renzel came up with the puck at center ice to Nazar. Carries into the duck zone and moves down the middle of the ice. Tried to give it to the left wing side to Bedard. Ross Johnston doubling back, intercepts that pass, and then flips the puck down ice into the Hawk zone. He was going to try and run Sam Renzel through the glass, but he had a little help there, did Renzel, from Vlasic, as the Hawks come back up ice again. Here's Nazar to the duck line, dumping into the left wing corner. Bedard works it free. Nazar got over to Bertuzzi to the high slot. Levshunov fires. Husso makes a save with the blocker. Johnston plays the puck to the left wing side, and McComb will carry the puck out of the duck zone to center ice. Then over the Hawk blue line, draws a penalty. Here in the high slot, Trouba put it down toward the net, and a shot from Vetrano was turned out of there by Arvid Soderblom with a scrambling blocker save, but a penalty will be called, and the Hawks once again will be killing off 2 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be on Nazar, but what a stop by Arvid Soderblom, who's done everything to keep his team in this hockey game. Here's the call.
Minor penalty for hooking.
Minor for hooking Frank Nazar. I thought Frank Nazar 30 seconds ago had an opportunity, John, to shoot the puck himself, and he deferred to Connor Bedard, tried to dish it off to the side. You know, you're in the middle of the ice, and there's a little bit of an opening. You got to take that shot. And you've got support. You got guys going to the net. They can possibly pick up the rebound. Instead, he tried to force it to Bedard. They end up missing it, and literally 20 seconds later, he takes a penalty.
Well, this penalty at 18:05 of period number 1. Ducks get control. Nazar off for 2 minutes. Now along the near boards, Vlasic tried to chip the puck out. It flies through the air to the Hawk blue line. Finally, Teravainen settles it down. Can't clear the zone. Ryan Green also trying to swat it out of there. The Ducks hold it in, and now Teravainen definitely pokes it to center ice to himself. Breaks into the Duck zone down the left wing, and he fires. And a glove save made by Husso. He'll drop the puck in behind his net, and then it's stolen away by Ryan Green. Green in the right wing corner. Pokes the puck up the far boards, but is taken away by the Ducks. Here's Seneca to center ice, crossing the Hawk line, right point, stopping there, shot it across, picked off by Ryan Green, and he'll clear it off the right wing boards and down.
Boy, that's a great example of effective penalty killing, especially up front from Ryan Green, Teuvo Teravainen. Teravainen with a partial breakaway, takes the long-range shot. Pretty good save there by Billy Husso, but that's just excellent penalty killing from the Blackhawks.
Carlson and Terry come up ice with the puck. Terry into the Hawk zone down the right wing side of the corner, leaving it for Carlson, then to Granlund. Put it out to the right point to Jackson Lacombe. Now to Granlund at the right point. Put a pass through to Carlson. He tried to make one too many passes. Jason Dickinson picks off this puck. He'll muscle it through center ice over the duck line down the right wing and carry behind the net. And then he decides to stop and pin it to the end boards. Had it pulled out of there, and the Ducks take it back. But Dickinson all alone milked about 15 seconds off that penalty clock. Terry into the Hawk zone right point. Mishandled the puck. Kaiser the other way. Looked like he was hooked as he tried to get to the puck, but no penalty called. Here's Carlson into the Hawk zone, weaving down the left wing side. Carlson fed it back to Terry, high slot, over to the right point, the right circle, and Granlund will fire, and that sails over the Hawk net, around the glass, and back down ice into the duck end. 6 seconds left in the period.
Might have been blocked by Wyatt Kaiser. That was a great selfless block by the young defenseman.
Here's Terry, top of the right circle, shoots, and a butterfly save made by Soderblom as the horn sounds, ending play here in period number 1. Well, it's 1-0 in favor of Anaheim. They will open up play in the second period with 5 seconds of power play time and a fresh sheet of ice with which to work. They outshot the Hawks by a wide margin. They actually tripled the Hawks in shots on goal in period number 1, 18-6.
Yeah, but if I'm the Blackhawks, and I talked about it as one of the keys, bend, don't break. And you knew there was going to be a push from Anaheim, and they did score the lone goal, but it wasn't a total rout. You're still in this hockey game, so they bent, they didn't break. I think it's real important that they score that next goal. And then they stay out of the penalty box, too. Some really nice saves there from Arvid Soderblom. You have to feel good for him. He lost his last 2 starts, one of them in an embarrassing fashion. getting 9 goals scored on him in Buffalo. But, boy, he has come out here and played really, really well.
See, the junior hockey players out there listening are going to be able to relate to what I'm about to say. And you played junior, so you know what I'm talking about. The bus legs seem to be gone now. The first period is by the boards and not too much damage, only a 1-0 deficit.
This was not your typical back-to-back road trip where you fly an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get to your next destination. It was a 35-minute bus ride last night after the game in L.A. down here to the Honda Center. So, that's not an excuse. I think they're ready to go, and hopefully the second period's a better one for the Blackhawks.
All right, the only goal of the game was scored by Jacob Trouba at 10:16 of period number 1. That was unassisted, happened on a Hawks turnover. The Ducks have the 1-0 lead. We mentioned the shots. Now we're going to send it back to the station as Charlie Romeliotis is standing by in Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report, followed by action back here in Southern California. Final game of the year, barring a playoff matchup here in SoCal. So we'll see how it all ends up. Right now, the Hawks are trailing 1-0 to the Ducks after 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. GT Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Right now, hockey fans across the city are struggling to fill the fridge. That's why the Salvation Army is here to assist those in need all season long. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing unprecedented demand in their communities, the communities they've served for decades, with more people walking through the doors in search of emergency support. Your support this year is more important than ever. Go to the John Williams Kettle at WGNradio.com. Let's help make a difference today.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Celebrate the holidays with family, friends, and Sweet Alley's. Holiday-themed cookies, cakes and cupcakes, cookie boxes, toffee bars, eclairs, mini cheesecakes, bundt cakes, and French silk pie. Sweet Alley's has everything you need to sweeten your gluten-free holiday table, including dairy-free and vegan options. Their famous cinnamon buns, scones, and quiche are a must-have for holiday brunch. And try Sweet Alley's mixes and dough balls for home baking. Holiday pre-orders take it through December 18th. Visit Sweet Alley's in Hinsdale today and at sweetalleys.com.
Tune into House Smarts Radio every Saturday morning after 9:45 for Lou's Last Call, sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. For more info, visit getacomfyhome.com.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your intermission update.
20 minutes is in the books over in Anaheim, and the Blackhawks are trailing the Ducks 1-0. Shots on goal 17-6 in favor of the Ducks. So it was Hawks really struggling to find their legs in that first period, but Arvid Soderblom came up big to keep this only a 1-goal deficit for the Blackhawks. The Anaheim Ducks were minus 145 to score the first goal of the game, and they did just that. Those odds are according to Circa Sports Illinois. Every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will get an $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. 7 other games on the NHL schedule. 4 of them have already gone final. Let's start in Philadelphia, where the Colorado Avalanche took care of business against the Flyers in a tight one, 3-2 for Colorado for their second consecutive victory. Mackenzie Blackwood made 23 saves in the win for Colorado, including a save on a penalty shot. So Colorado staying hot over in Philadelphia. The back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers picked up a win against the New York Islanders today, 4-1. Carter Verhaeghe found the back of the net for the 4th time in 3 games and his 6th goal in 6 games after a 13-game goal drought. So good to see Verhaeghe step up in the absences of a lot of Florida Panthers, Tkachuk, Barkov, and among many others. So the Florida Panthers pick up a win. Jean-Gabriel Pageau was supposed to return in this game for the Islanders, but he missed his 8th consecutive game with an upper body injury. So we'll see if maybe he returns next game for New York. The San Jose Sharks pulled off an upset win in Carolina tonight. Sharks winning 4-1 behind a 3-point performance from who else than Macklin Celebrini. He had a goal and 2 assists to lead the way for the Sharks. And then the other game that has gone final, the Dallas Stars knocked off the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2 in a shootout in Dallas. Mikko Rantanen scored the lone shootout goal in the for either team in that game. A few other scores currently going on. The St. Louis Blues are up 3-2 against the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal. Cole Caulfield found the back of the net for his 16th goal to extend his point streak to 11 games. So the American forward stays red hot. That game is currently in the second intermission, by the way, 3-2 St. Louis. No Jordan Kyrou again for the Blues, who's out with a lower body injury. The New York Rangers are up 2-1 on the Vegas Golden Knights in the second intermission at Madison Square Garden. Mika Zibanejad scored his 11th goal of the season. The Rangers, by the way, are going to be at the United Center on Wednesday to take on the Blackhawks. And then finally, the Washington Capitals are up 1-0 on the Columbus Blue Jackets. That game is also in the second intermission. Jacob Chychrun has the lone goal for Washington. It's his 11th of the season. What a year Chychrun had last year for Washington, on pace to break the 20-goal plateau yet again. Also, by the way, Alex Ovechkin, he's trying to extend his point streak to 7 games. And also, Capitals forward Ryan Leonard was placed on injured reserve, and he will miss an extended period of time because of an upper body injury after he took a hit from Jacob Trouba on Friday. So just a reminder to the Blackhawks to keep your head up when Jacob Trouba is on the ice. Elsewhere in sports, unfortunately, the Chicago Bears had their 5-game winning streak snapped by the Green Bay Packers, losing 28-21 about an hour and a half ago. The Bears had a chance to actually end the game, but Caleb Williams, his pass on 4th and 1 was intercepted in the end zone. So the Bears are going to look to bounce back against the Cleveland Browns next week. Stay tuned for the Hamp and OB with Andy Mazer post-game show replay here on WGN Radio after Blackhawks hockey. Meanwhile, over at Honda Center, the Blackhawks are down 1-0 to the Anaheim Ducks. We'll take a quick break and break down the first period next. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, Spencer Knight. Sit tight, more hockey after the break.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Labor unions are the backbone of our country. Unions protect members and help them lead healthier lives. That's why United Healthcare provides active and retired labor union members access to quality healthcare benefits. As a trusted resource, the dedicated team will help Taft-Hartley and multi-employer funds find the right combination of health benefits. Visit uhc.com/unions for more information. Quality healthcare coverage for labor unions. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company of Illinois or their affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or their affiliates.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai's award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and electric vehicles put your safety first with available class-exclusive features like digital key and remote, smart parking assist, plus America's best warranty. See your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer or visit HyundaiUSA.com today. First intermission over in Anaheim as the Blackhawks trail the Ducks 1-0, looking to wrap up a 4-game road trip on a positive note. But it was a fairly lopsided first period in Anaheim. The Ducks really leading in every statistical category, even in the scoreboard, 1-0. I think the Hawks are fortunate that game is only 1-0 through 20 minutes. Arvid Soderblom really coming up big for the Blackhawks to make sure that it stays a 1-goal game. Looking at some of the even strength numbers, shot attempts, 25-8 Anaheim. Shots on goal, 16-4 Anaheim. Scoring chances, 12-2 Anaheim. High danger chances, 7-0 Anaheim. So it was all Anaheim at even strength in that first period. The Hawks did have a power play it was 1:06 into the game. Unfortunately, they had to start their second unit out of that power play because Connor Bedard, Andre Burakovsky, and Artem Levchinov, 3 of the players on their first unit, played the opening shift of the game, and it was a 1-and-6-second shift. So the guys were a little gassed right out of the gate. So the Hawks start with their second unit, although I didn't think it was a terrible effort by the second unit. Sam Renzel alone had 3 of the 4 shot attempts on that power play for the Blackhawks. Hawks only generated just 1 shot on goal on that power play, though, credited with 2 scoring chances. And so Hawks get an early power play, can't cash in. We know what happened in the last game where the Hawks had 3 power plays in the first and second periods combined against LA. Feels like if they score on any of those power plays, maybe it's a different story. LA ends up scoring 2 late ones in the second period to make it 3-0, and then the rest is history in that third period. So again, special teams is going to be playing a big role in this game. But I thought Arvid Soderblom was really up to the task in the first period, and especially on the second of a back-to-back. I thought Steve actually made a great point that this isn't a traditional second of a back-to-back where the Hawks got in late. You know, it was 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. They didn't get to bed until 2:30 and 3. Like it was a quick bus ride over to Anaheim. So I know maybe the body is feeling it after playing the third game in 4 days. But for the Blackhawks, I wasn't crazy about that first period. I think I saw Ben Pope of the Chicago Sun-Times tweeted that Alex Vlasic once told him, I think early in the year, that the first periods were always the hardest for him on the second of a back-to-back. Maybe you're just trying to find your legs. And so we'll see if the Hawks can turn things around in the second. And I mean, it's still very much a hockey game in the scoreboard, but I think they're going to want to try to tilt the ice back in their favor just for momentum purposes. That second period hockey is coming up next on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Happen OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
The holidays are a perfect time to pop the question. At Rogers & Hollins, you'll find intentional, unforgettable engagement rings or design your own through their custom studio. With an industry-leading return policy, in-house financing, and more, Rogers & Hollins has been the engagement expert for 115 years. And with their big holiday sale on now, it's the perfect time to say, this is the one. Explore at fornowandforever.com.
Rogers & Hollins, for now and forever.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we understand it's not just our next-door neighbors who inspire us every day. It's our neighbors across the country, across all communities. And while Blue Cross has been your one local and trusted healthcare partner for nearly 90 years, it's our wide scope of products, services, and technologies that allows us to have a deeper understanding for everyone, everywhere, empowering whole person health with compassion and innovation, one member at a time. It's that unique Blue Cross service and commitment through all stages of life that connects us hand in hand, ensuring you always have access to the highest quality, affordable healthcare with that personal touch, always finding new ways to deliver on our oldest promise, to keep you at the center of everything we do. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. We carry a great selection of Bosch tools in stock. Whether you need to rip, cut, drill, or drive, Bosch power tools provide the power you need for tackling the toughest jobs. Save big on Bosch cordless power tools right now at Menards. View our entire selection of Bosch power tools today on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for great deals happening this week.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Up next, the second period. Here's Charlie Rebelliotis with your recap.
Blackhawks and Ducks are hitting the ice at Honda Center for the start of the second period. Hawks trailing 1-0. Shots on goal 17-6 in favor of the Ducks. But how about maybe a positive going into the second? The Blackhawks were winning the face-off battle in the first period. They went 8-6 for a win percentage of 57.7%. Frank Nazar won both of his. Ryan Donato and Oliver Moore also won the lone draws that they took. And so we'll see if that can carry over into the second period. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. As we throw it back over to Honda Center, John and Steve, I feel like the Hawks are trying to follow the last script from a Sunday ago, quite literally, but hopefully they do put a better effort in place here in the second period.
I like your thinking there, Charlie. I'm hoping that they can do that. As I recall, they had to erase the 3-goal lead that Anaheim had built.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah. Come on. We can do that in our sleep, right?
It wasn't a great period for the Blackhawks, but I think they realized, you know what? Our goaltender's playing really well. We're only down by a goal. Let's give them some run support. And they haven't been able to do that in this game or for Arvid over the last couple of starts for him. So, yeah, it's a new period. They got 5 seconds to kill in this power play and then get right back at it.
Well, coming up, it's going to be the Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons. And Connor Bedard will start it off. Looks like he's going to face off against Leo Carlson. They were drafted 1 and 2 in the 2023 draft. So here we go. Second period about to be underway, and it is. Bedard wins the draw to Vlasic at the Hawk line right wing. Chips it ahead to center ice. Nazar is out of the box, and the Blackhawks are back to full strength. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. And Carlson into the Hawk zone to Terry along the left wing boards. Terry now moving out, fires. He hit his teammate Kreider, who was trying to crowd the front of the Hawk net. Lacombe holds the zone at the left point, fires from there. That hit Vlasic in front. Kreider grabs the puck in behind. Put it out to the right point, Jacob Trouba. He'll sweep it down in behind the Hawk net. This is off the stick of Terry into the near corner. Nazar trying to use his skate to pin it to the boards. Pulled out by Terry to Lacombe. To Carlson, bottom of the left wing circle. He snapped one in toward the net, but it was knocked wide. Loose puck along the left wing boards. Bertuzzi's got the puck. Can't clear it out. Hit a duck. Carlson grabs the puck in the high slot. And then it's dropped back over the blue line to center ice unintentionally by the Ducks' Lacombe. Trouba back to get it. Over to Lacombe, to Carlson, left wing to center ice. Flip the puck into the Hawk zone. The long reach of Vlasic factors in as he takes the puck back. Flips it back to center ice, but the Ducks take it back. Kreider into the Hawk zone on the right wing side. Tried to scoop it past Vlasic, and once again the big stick comes into play. He sends it ahead to Dickinson, who tried to hit a teammate with a pass, but this misses everybody and goes down. Icing is the call.
And tonight's Coaches Challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions. And, John, yeah, you are right. Vlasic with a real good stick there. He's a long, lanky body. Got the long stick. Now the other way, Trouba, who's got the lone goal in tonight's game, Really nice poke check just at center ice. Could have been a 2-on-1 break for the Blackhawks.
Here's a draw to the right of Soderblom. And won by McTavish to Seneca, but the linesman quickly blows it dead. They're going to make him do it again. So Mason McTavish, who's wearing a letter for the Ducks, one of the alternate captains. Ian Bedard will now face off again. And McTavish wins it again to Seneca. He'll fire from the slot. Stick save made by Soderblom. From the right point, Hellison fires. A stick save again made by Soderblom. Dickinson takes a hit, tried to clear the puck up the boards, could not. McTavish at the left point. To Seneca, left circle, tosses the puck in front, and it nearly caromed off of Vlasic and back into the net, but it went wide.
Yeah, Seneca was looking for a redirection from Gauthier, but as you mentioned, almost went off Vlasic.
Here's McTavish in the left wing circle, cutting in front of the net. Lost possession of the puck, got it back in the right wing corner. Carries it around top of the circle, drops it down to the corner to Gauthier. He'll send it behind the net for Seneca. Had the puck stripped away by Levshunov, who tried to clear it up the near boards and could not. And Levshunov loses another battle as he tried to set it off of Gauthier and out of the zone and ends up tumbling behind the Hawk net over to the far side. And Vlasic uses his body to pin his man off the puck, take it away, send it down into the Duck zone to Bedard along the right wing boards. He passes it rink wide, but nobody is home. Everybody was heading to the Hawk bench in a change. Ducks get the puck back.
There's a right idea from Bedard. He just thinks the game like no other, and just putting the puck to an area where he thought a teammate might be, but as you mentioned, they were changing.
Now the puck leaves the ice surface in front of the Duck bench. I thought we might get another too many men on the ice call because the Ducks were in the midst of a change, but they only had 5 on the ice.
Yeah, a smart decision by the player who should have been coming on the ice, decided to stay, and it was the right decision. No, so you just saw Beckett Seneca out there again, and John, you've talked about his prowess this year, points in I think 9 of the last 10 games. He's tied for first in rookie scoring with 8 goals. And Will Quenneville was just talking about how slippery he is. He's a big kid, too, and he's long and lanky, and it's just literally impossible to get the puck off of him.
Probably going to be another one of those kids, Steve, and especially under the tutelage of Joel Quenneville, who once he learns the 200-foot game, he's going to be really effective. Here now, Mikheyev into the Duck zone, firing a shot from the right circle. It's blockered away by Husso. That's only the Hawks' 7th shot on goal tonight. Inside the Duck zone in the left wing corner. Teuvo Teravainen pries the puck free in behind the Duck net, but it's picked off by Zellweger of the Ducks. He fires a pass rink wide that deflects past everybody and down behind the Hawk net. Kaiser is able to feed it out now to Donato with a lead pass intended for Mikheyev, and that misses and goes down, and icing is going to be the call here against the Hawks.
And it's too bad because Mikheyev had a half stride on Radko Gudas, the big defenseman for Anaheim, so he could have been off to the races, just couldn't pick it up on the backhand. So the draw comes all the way back down into Chicago zone.
So stepping in to take this faceoff is going to be Ryan Donato against Ryan Poehling of the Anaheim Ducks. And now Poehling has been told, don't do what you did, don't do it again. This time they drop the puck. Poehling wins the faceoff to the left point to Lacombe. He feeds a pass into the high slot. Granlund fires it wide. Granlund got it back in the slot and fires. Butterfly save is made by Soderblom. Hervier pokes the puck up the far side, gnawed out. It's shot from Trouba from the right point, and that deflects over the Hawk net. Round it goes to the near side of Mikheyev. He clears to center ice. Poehling took the puck back for the Ducks and sends it down behind the Hawks net. Look out. Wyatt Kaiser is nearly slammed through the glass there by Ross Johnson. That's the second time this game that Johnston has really pounded Kaiser with a check.
Yeah, and I think somebody's got to send a message to Johnson. I mean, they are clean hits, but, you know, you need a big guy from your team to stick up for Wyatt Kaiser. Now, if Colton Dock gets an opportunity, that might be a mismatch because Dock isn't as big as Johnson, but I'd like him to send a message to big number 44.
Coleman into the Hawk zone down the left wing side, fires a shot, chest save made by Soderblom. Ryan Green takes the rebound and carries up ice through center ice. Over the Duck line, stopping top of the left circle. Green now back to the point. Spins it down behind the net. Kreider took the puck away there for the Ducks to Carlson. Carlson had it stripped away in front. Here's Burakovsky. He had it in turn stripped away by Lacombe. And Lacombe will clear to center ice to Carlson on the left wing side.
Carlson got lucky there. Turned one over to Burakovsky, who couldn't pull the trigger quick enough and lost control of the puck.
Grizzlick pokes the puck behind the Hawk net for Renzel. Checked off the puck. Ducks get it back. Carlson sends it to the left point to Minchikov. He'll spin it down behind the Hawk net intended for Terry. But a good play by Matt Grizzlick to get body position there and then take the puck away and clear it to the line, but no further. Now right in front, Terry leaves it there. Tended for Kreider, And a great play there, doubling back with Rinzel to lift Kreider's stick. Hawks come back up by 2-on-1, led by Moore over the line. He fires, and a butterfly save made by Husso. And then he'll plop on the puck ahead of the crease and hold on.
Yeah, great defensive play by Sam Rinzel, who, sometimes his defensive work gets maligned, but that was just as good a play as you'll ever see from a defenseman. A 2-on-1, he just took the stick away. Grzelcyk earlier doing a good job of, as you mentioned, boxing a player out to get position on him. Blackhawks failed to get it out. Good keeping by Minchikov, the defenseman. And Terry, who we mentioned a number of times tonight, slid it across to Kreider, and it was the stick of Sam Rinzel that prevented a sure goal.
Face-off circle to Husso's left. This is controlled by the Ducks. Jackson Lacombe in the near corner. Clears to the line. And it's pawed down to the ice momentarily by Nazar, but the Ducks get it back and come up ice into the Hawk zone. Seneca fed the left circle. Lacombe shoots. A glove save is made by Soderblom. He'll hold on to the puck long enough for a whistle. Stoppage in play and a face-off in the circle to his right. 1-0 Anaheim.
Made that look easy, but that was a tough play. And that's another good rush by Anaheim, who's doing a really good job with their odd man breaks. And Soderblom, not wrist shot, but was about 45 feet out. Relatively easy stop for him. The Blackhawks have to do a better job breaking pucks out. They've really not connecting with passes, whether it's bank passes or tape-to-tape passes. They've had a real tough time of exiting cleanly out of their own zone.
The Ducks have gotten some pretty clean looks at the net, Steve. That goal by Trouba, there was nobody in front of him there on that shot. We're going to get a whistle and a penalty coming up here again to the Hawks. High sticking, I believe, is going to be the call. Mason McTavish checking his face for some blood.
Yeah, Connor Murphy came up with the stick. Now, if he's bleeding, it could be a double minor. They're going to make the call right away. Connor Murphy was tied up with McTavish. Stick came up.
Chicago, number 5, minor penalty, high sticking.
Just a minor penalty, so no blood drawn. And, right away we saw Cutter Gauthier come across and had some words with Connor Murphy. I think it was just an inadvertent stick. But right now the penalty kill were excellent last time out here. Forced to kill another Anaheim power play.
Penalty at 5:08 of period number 2. And for the Ducks, this is their third power play opportunity on the night. Play back in the Duck zone. Lacombe carrying it out to center ice. Drops the puck back into the Duck end. Carlson will pick it up and carry to center ice. Give it to Terry over the Hawk line. Dropping it in the deep slot, Lacombe. To the top of the right circle, Carlson. Actually, it's Granlund firing. That's blocked in front of the net. Teravainen fishing for the puck along the boards. Taken to the corner by Kreider. Put it out in front. Carlson fires, and a blocker save made by Soderblom. Lacombe to the puck left point. Pins it down behind the Hawk net. And Vlasic tracks it down, and then he lost his footing as he was tripped by Kreider. No penalty call. Carlson now fed the right circle. Terry, he shoots off the iron, as you heard. Lacombe gathers in the puck left point, fires, and that's blocked in front by Vlasic, who pounds it off the boards, but not out. Nice keep in by Lacombe. Long shot from the left point. Deflection on goal, and Soderblom is down with a butterfly save. So a whistle's going to stop play, and a face-off will be in the Hawk zone in the circle to the right of Soderblom. Alex Vlasic pleading his case with Bo Halkitis, one of the referees.
Yeah, I thought he was tripped on the play, and it wasn't a stick trip. It was a leg that came out that tripped him.
Yeah.
But how about Arvid Soderblom? 26 saves now on 27 shots. He is keeping his team in this hockey game. Blackhawks had a couple of opportunities to clear the puck. They weren't able to do that, and Anaheim with a couple of extra shots.
Dickinson facing off with McTavish. The drop of the puck, the Ducks get it. Zellweger left point. Moves into the high slot to Gauthier. To the bottom of the right circle now to McTavish. Back to Gauthier now at the line. To McTavish beside the right circle. He whips it back to the high slot to Zellweger. Over the left circle to Gauthier. To Zellweger deep slot now. To Gauthier in the left wing circle, then left wing corner. Tried to pass to the slot. Mikheyev broke that up. Then a shot from the right circle by McTavish. Turned wide by Soderblom. 33 seconds on the Duck power play. Gauthier from the left point fires. Stopped in front. The rebound. They score. And this could be goaltender interference, Steve. I'm not exactly sure. But it looked like Frank Vetrano of the Ducks was locked up with Arvid Soderblom on this shot.
Well, they're looking at it on the bench right now. Beckett Seneca, though, with just a first-class move. He grabbed this loose puck. I think he passed it between his legs. He knew who was going to be open. And it was Vetrano on the far side. That wasn't Vetrano. That was McTavish. Mason McTavish, who drew the penalty, scores the goal. And I thought that was a pass by Beckett Seneca. I think he was just trying to bring it from his backhand to his forehand, lost control of it. It ended up on the stick of Mason McTavish. And a power play goal, 2-0 Anaheim. 30 shots now for the Anaheim Ducks.
We've had a lot of fun so far. That's the 7th goal on the season for McTavish. And his second on the power play makes it 2-0 in favor of the Ducks. McComb at center ice now with a pass on the left wing side into the Hawk zone. This is deflected to the corner by Ryan Strome, but Sam Renzel for the Hawks to get it there. Hands it to Nazar along the right boards. He tried to pass it out to a teammate, picked off by Killorn. He'll put it down behind the net, around it up the far side. Bertuzzi clears to the line, but kept in by Trouba right point. He snaps it down behind the Hawk net into the near corner. And then Renzel put it up the boards, not out. Lacombe fires from the left point. That hit Nazar, ricochets to center ice. Trouba back to get it there. Over to Lacombe, left wing side. To Killorn, and in over the line to Strome, moving to the net. He shoots, and Soderblom down with a butterfly save. A follow-up shot there was turned wide as well, and then Renzel grabs the puck, put it into the near corner, stripped away by Killorn. Around now out to the right point. Trouba fed the deep slot. Carlson firing a shot there, and that's blocked wide. Into the far corner in the Hawk zone now. Bertuzzi, the puck, will lift at the center ice. Nazar's got it. He's in over the duck line. To the net, he shoots. Oh, and Husso laid the stick out to poke check the puck away at the last second. What a chance for Frank Nazar.
Nice pass by Bertuzzi, too. I think Husso got his right pad on it.
Here's Terry into the Hawk zone, left wing side, dropping it to Minchikov. He feeds it in front of the net, ticked off by Ryan Donato, and he'll carry out. Here's Donato flipping the puck down ice to the Duck blue line, and then pokes it down to the right wing corner in the Duck end. He runs Drew Hellison into the boards. Colton Duck tried to get to the puck, could not. Kreider took it for the Ducks instead. Got it across the rink. Vlasic took the puck away front of the benches. Head to Ryan Donato, and he'll fire it down the boards deep into the Duck zone. Around it goes to the near corner. Mikheyev tried to hit Kreider on the near boards, got a cold shoulder and went down. Puck ends up at center ice on a deflection. And now here's a pass from Leshinoff down ice into the Duck zone. One of the Ducks fell on Mikheyev's stick awkwardly. That's Hellison. The Ducks now get the puck back. Kreider to center ice to Terry over the Hawk line on the right wing. Sends it down to the right wing corner. Artyom Leshinoff to get to the puck. Skates with it in front of the net. Then he's chased in behind by McTavish. Turns the puck over to Gauthier along the right boards. To McTavish in the right wing corner. He's checked by Wyatt Kaiser, who then takes the puck and moves it on the left wing side to Donato. He'll clear down ice into the Duck end. Hawks are trying to get a line change here. Ducks on the attack. Gauthier into the Hawk zone. Fed the right circle. McTavish pulled up to get a shot away, but had it roll off his stick. And Oliver Moore will chip the puck down ice into the Duck zone. Between the circles, Gudas moving it ahead. Seneca into the Hawk zone. Crossing the Hawk line. Fires, he scores. From the right wing circle, Beckett Seneca let it rip. And this beats Soderblom on the glove side. It's now 3-0 Anaheim with 10:34 left in the second period.
Well, Beckett Seneca set up the last goal. He scores this one. He had a goal and an assist in his last game against the Washington Capitals. That's what he has here tonight, and he now has the lead, the sole lead for goals for rookies with 9. That's a great shot, and you can just see the Anaheim Ducks taking over this hockey game. That shot by Seneca went through the legs of Connor Murphy. It eludes the netminder, Arvid Soderblom. 34 shots now for the Ducks, and we're not even halfway through this game.
So Seneca at 9:26 of period number 2. 3-0 Anaheim. Maybe a little deja vu here, Steve. Just inside the Duck line. Thinking about that game last Sunday where the Hawks fought back from a 3-0 deficit to win the game. Wishful thinking on my part. 10:27 left in period number 2. It's the Ducks 3 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey at 720 WGN.
Marquette Bank has been Chicagoland's neighborhood bank for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. Marquette Bank is here to help you build savings, buy a home, plan for retirement. Marquette Bank is here to help you achieve your financial goals. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common?
The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Alex Vlasic. Break's over. Back to Blackhawks hockey.
Well, the Chicago Blackhawks are excited to partner with Vienna Beef for a special toy drive during this holiday season. Fans attending our next 2 home games on December 10th and December 13th are encouraged to bring unwrapped toys to help spread holiday cheer to local children in need. Visit blackhawks.com/holidays for all the details.
And this reminder, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Crisp, refreshing, only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer. Inside the Duck zone along the left wing boards, the puck taken by Jason Dickinson, who fired a shot. It went in behind the net, out to the right point. Murphy spins it back down behind the net. Karavainen leaving it there for Mikheyev back in the net. He's tied up but frees himself from the check. Mikheyev to the left wing corner. Leaves it behind the Duck net. Teravainen all alone to Murphy, right point. Sends it deep slot. Dickinson back to Murphy. He'll close in and fire. That hit Mikheyev at the top of the crease. And the puck bounces out to Ryan Poehling, and he'll skate it to center ice for Anaheim. Crossing the Hawk line, works his way down the slot, but he could not beat Murphy at the last second. The puck comes free into the crease, and Soderblom will plop on the puck. Called him Plotterboom. Soderblom will plop on the puck. Whistle stops play, face off in the circle to his left.
And you know what? It's just like Anaheim, and obviously they were upset with the fact that they had a 3-0 lead in Chicago about a week ago. They gave it up. They lost 5-3. They were embarrassed in the process, and right now doing their best to try to embarrass the Chicago Blackhawks. And it just seems like Chicago stuck in the spin cycle when they're in their own zone. And that's not their doing. That's Anaheim's doing. They're very aggressive on the forecheck. They've got good speed, and they're cutting off a lot of the passing lanes. And right now the Blackhawks don't have any answers.
Lacombe off the draw, left wing corner Hawk zone, fires it in front of the net, and it bounces all the way through. But here now, Vetrano from the right circle will fire, and Soderblom makes that save as he's down on his knees and stops it with the chest and then the glove and holds on. Face-off circle to his left. So looks like their Hawks are kind of missing on their passes just a little bit.
Yeah, they certainly are. And they've given up 35 shots now. We're just about halfway through this hockey game. So if you prorate that out, that'd be a 70-shot night for Anaheim. That just can't keep going on. And it's the Blackhawks, their inability to get the puck out cleanly.
Wasn't there a game back in the 80s where the Quebec Nordiques surrendered like 84 shots? I think Rick Walmsley might have been the goaltender. I could be wrong.
We'll have to look that up. Get Charlie on that.
In behind the in behind the Duck net. Puck taken out by Lacombe. He'll clear to center ice. Hawks get it back. Burakovsky now. Send it in over the Duck line to Bedard along the left wing side. He backhands it through the air off the right corner boards. Lacombe waving up the left wing side. Here's Vetrano through center ice. Crossing the Hawk blue line. Vetrano down to the right wing corner. Sends the puck behind the net. Sam Renzel took it away. With a pass up the right wing. Here's Burakovsky. Rink White pass now to Green in front of the Hawks bench. He stops the puck and then clears it down the left wing boards to the corner. And Bedard's got it. Fed the left circle to Doc. He falls down and fires a shot on goal. Turned out of there by Husso. And Lacombe to the puck. He'll pass it up the left wing side. Carlson through center ice. Crossing the Hawk line down the left wing. Tried to lean in on Renzel. Renzel instead pushed him into the end boards and off the puck. And Donato to it in the far corner. Donato takes a whack there from Killorn, but the Ducks get the puck. Here now, Zellweger, a shot from the left circle. You heard it clang the post, and it deflects up into the protected netting.
Boy, he can bring it. He can really shoot a puck, Zellweger.
All right, 8:26 left in the second. 3-0 Anaheim out here at the Duck Pond. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, it's Spencer Knight. Catch Lisa Dent weekday afternoons at 2 on WGN Radio.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful Blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Comparing health insurance plans is never easy. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
We have a website to compare multiple plans and prices in one place, and people who can help you for free. Community-based navigators and brokers, certified by the state.
And we have live customer service.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
It's cold out there, and if you spent last winter thinking that it was time for new windows, it's good you waited, because right now during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. That's on windows that stop those cold, wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and are so energy efficient you'll save money on your monthly utility bills. Plus, they're installed in 1 day, backed with a lifetime warranty. Sale ends soon, so don't miss out on 50% off and 0 interest for 5 years. Visit windownation.com.
Before and after every Bears game, tune into Happen OB right here on 720 WGN.
It's go time.
Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, official truck partner of the Chicago Bears.
Back to Anaheim, along with Steve Conroy. I'm John Weideman. Happy to have all of you along right now. The Ducks are putting it to the Blackhawks here with a 3-0 lead. 8:26 to go in period number 2. Face-off circle to Soderblom's right. Ducks get control. Zellweger near the left point. Moving down, put it out in front. And it shot. It looked like it hit the post there from Carlson. Well, he had a point-blank chance as well.
Set play off the face-off, and a lot of movement by Anaheim off that draw. Guys changing lanes, switching positions, and Carlson was wide open there for the shot.
Back in the Duck zone. This is Troy Terry. Passing up the left wing. Carlson, center ice, crossing the Hawk blue line. Tried to spin it down the slot for Terry. Broken up by Vlasic, then a shot from the line by Gudis is gobbled up by Soderblom with the glove, and he'll hold on. Face-off circle to his left.
This Anaheim team, believe it or not, well, I guess shouldn't be surprising. They've got the best record, the second best record at home. They have 10 home wins so far in this young season. Only Colorado and Boston have more. They each have 11. They have played, out of their last 11 games, 9 home games. So they've had a lot of home cooking lately, these Anaheim Ducks.
Well, the Ducks pretty good at home. They've outscored opponents 53-41 so far this season here on home ice. Add 3 more to that total. 56-41 are the official totals now. Kaiser from the left point of the Duck zone tried to stroke the puck down the boards. It hit a Duck player's stick and deflects up into the protected netting.
Well, what's impressive for what Joel Quenneville has done, at this point last year, they were 10-14-4. They had 24 points. Fast forward to this year, and this team is 17-10-1, 11 more points, 35 points, currently leads the Pacific Division, an 11-point improvement for the Ducks.
Here's Gauthier, Duck line, left wing side, passing to McTavish, Hawk line, all tied up there by Teravainen. Rinzel with a lead pass intended for Mikheyev. It looked like it sailed over his stick and down. And Mikheyev is in the ear of one of the referees here as if to say, didn't you see that? Hit my stick. And they just turned a deaf ear to him.
Yeah. You're not going to change the referee's mind at this point. What you're trying to do is maybe get the next call. Mikheyev, and you pointed it out, the reverse hit by Kreider knocked Mikheyev off his skates. Same thing happened to Mikheyev last night, too. And it was Adrian Kempe who pulled the reverse hit. I call it the Peter Forsberg hit. and Mikheyev went down again.
Oh, man. Here's Killorn at the Hawk line on the right wing at the end of his shift. He backhands the puck down behind the net, picked off by Rinzel. Lead pass up the right side, picked off by Vetrano of the Ducks. He steps into the Hawk zone at the left point and then put the puck down to the corner. Wyatt Kaiser battling with Ryan Strome for the puck. Here's Kaiser, took it away from Strome, flips it toward the Hawk net. He tried to flip it in behind. This caught some air and ends up in the glove of Soderblom. He holds it for the whistle and a face-off circle to his right.
Should be a shot on net. It's not, because it was friendly fire. It came from his own player. And Wyatt Kaiser was just trying to get the puck around the boards. It gets deflected and it ends up right on net. So, and Arvid Soderblom, hey, listen, he's given up 3 goals, but that's on 38 shots. He has been very, very good in this hockey game. One of the few Blackhawks that we can say that about.
Yeah. I mean, the shot disparity aside, I mean, he's had to make some great saves just to keep it where it is. From the draw, Lacombe fires from the left point. That redirects in on Soderblom. He kicked it wide. Then the puck cleared by Grzelcyk to center ice.
What a stop that is. That was redirected from about 15 feet out in an opposite direction, and he kicks out the right pad.
Lefshinoff to a loose puck. Hawks zone far corner. Tried to hand it out to Bedard. Big Ross Johnston intercepts and spins it down in behind the Hawk net. Now the Hawks will clear their end, led by Bedard to center ice. Bedard over the duck line, stopping the high slot, gave it to Burakovsky along the right wing board. Back to the line, deep slot, Grzelcyk over to Bedard, top of the left circle. Floats the pass to Lefshinoff, back to Bedard, whips it in front of the net, and that hit Lacombe and deflects over the net to the right wing corner. Green there to Lefshinoff right point, to the top of the left circle, Grzelcyk. He'll fire, and Trouba got in front of that with the skate. Puck deflects off the glass, and the Ducks get it back. And now Trouba will golf it out to center ice. Picked up the Hawk line by Grzelcyk. Hands it to Lefshinoff, right wing side of center. To Bedard, to Colton Dock over the Duck line to the right circle. Centered across, intended for Bedard. But Lacombe of the Ducks got a stick in there. Now Terry charging into the Hawk zone. Reaching to poke check the puck off his stick was Vlasic. Vlasic makes a pass to Donato into the Duck zone. Right point. Hit there by Gudis, but sends the puck down behind the Duck net. Colton Dock on the scene, kicks it free. Works his way free from Zellweger. And then Kreider came along to try and skewer it out of there and did. Works it around up the right side to Terry. He'll fire it across the rink. Gudis has the puck on the left wing side and backhands it all the way down.
One of the few times the Blackhawks had really good control of the puck in Anaheim zone, it was the Bedard line. He did that earlier, too. Pass it out front to Colton Dock, who unfortunately fell just before the shot.
Jaravainen dumps the puck to the inboards in the Duck zone, tried to race in and get it in front of Zellweger, but Zellweger beat him to it, swept it around the boards, down into the Hawk end. Here's a lead pass by Kaiser to Nazar over the Duck line. Nazar, top of the left circle. Delayed on his shot, was caught from behind. Puck taken back by Crevier at the line. Tried to give it into the right circle for Bertuzzi. His stick was whacked away there by Zellweger, and the Ducks take the puck back.
Got to shoot it there. You're Frank Nazar. You've had a couple of opportunities in this game to shoot the puck. You don't have a lot of shots on net. Just shoot the thing.
Nazar from the left wing boards, put the puck out to the left point. Kaiser did well to hold it in for a moment, but lost it to Seneca. To McTavish over the line, right circle to Seneca in the slot. He tried to send a pass down to Gauthier for a wide open net chance, but the puck sailed by him. Seneca now from the high slot, put it toward the net. Minchikov deflects it wide. Puck tumbles out over the blue line to center ice, and Hellison will whack it back into the Hawk zone on a delayed offside. And now the Hawks take the puck back. Crevier, Hawk line right wing. To Mikheyev over the Duck line into the high slot. Flings it off the left corner boards, bounces out to Dickinson. He'll wave it behind the Duck net around to the right point to Rinzel. He collides with Killorn and sends the puck into the right wing circle, but Strome is there to take it away. Sends it through the air. Killorn into the Hawk zone down the slot. Will fire. He scores. Well, Alex Killorn looked like he was carrying Sam Rinzel on his back as he barreled to the Hawk net and beat Soderblom with a shot into the top right corner. The Ducks are in control now, leading 4-0.
Fourth goal on their 40th shot, and Killorn did a real good job of basically holding off Sam Rinzel. The flip pass, Rinzel's got to keep his legs moving. When you stop your legs, you're not going to be able to get in front or beside the player. You're just gliding, and you got to be a little stronger on the stick too. One hand, and wasn't able to lift the stick of Killorn. That's a perfectly placed shot, just a chip shot under the crossbar, and that's the fourth goal tonight for Anaheim.
And for Alex Killorn, that's only his second goal on the season. So 4-0 in favor of the Ducks. Inside the Hawks zone, Connor Murphy the puck along the right boards. To Mikheyev now out over the center ice circle. Fires the puck off of Ross Johnston, hit him in the side of the knee. He's in some pain, but he stays on the ice surface and now has the puck along the right boards and clears to center ice. Kyle Granlund there for the Ducks, spun it to the Hawk blue line. Dickinson took it away over to Murphy, and he'll skate it up the right wing to center ice. Fires it down the glass behind the Duck net, rolls up the far side. Ryan Green's got his man pinned along the far boards. That's Hellison. Puck spun away to the line, kept in by Grzelcyk. Long shot from there, redirected and on goal by Bedard, but turned out of there by Husso. Now the puck shot from the far corner by Hellison out to center ice. Levshunov tried to give it to Bedard at the duck line. Came back to Levshunov. He'll fling it down the boards in behind the duck net. Russo directs it to the left wing corner. Gorkowski there to Green, left circle. Made a drop pass, but this is picked off by Troy Terry of the Ducks. To Kreider over the Hawk blue line, left wing side to Carlson. He fires. They score.
That got redirected. Might have been a high stick. That's what head goalie Arvid Soderblom is possibly looking at, and maybe he'll have his coaching staff look at this. Troy Terry skating to the net. The redirection off of that Carlson shot. And if this stands,
let's have a look here, Steve. I don't know.
I don't think it was too high.
Let's see.
Carlson throws it to the net. It got redirected by Levshunov, and that puck clearly below the level of the crossbar. One deflection. Oh, maybe it didn't. It didn't even go off the second player. I think this might be Carlson's goal. And it went off of Levshunov's stick. It didn't touch anything else. Up over the shoulder of netminder Arvid Soderblom, and that is 5-0 Anaheim.
So for Carlson, that is goal number 15 on the season. The goal at 17-23. Here's Crevier firing a blast from the right point duck zone. It was blocked in front. Donato tried to get to the puck along the near boards, had it chipped off his stick by McTavish. Up and over the glass it goes, and the whistle stops play. 2:22 left on the clock for the second here in Anaheim. 5-0 Ducks. Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tired of losing power when it storms? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. How about your sump pump, your fridge, or your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling? You can stay comfortable and safe in your home all year long. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois and Northwest Indiana.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Let's unite against plastic water bottles, Chicago. When you enjoy Culligan water at a Blackhawks game this season, you're helping the United Center avoid more than 600,000 single-use plastic water bottles annually. Certified Culligan filtration makes it easy to enjoy cleaner, safer, better-tasting water and create a better planet. From your home to the madhouse, Culligan reduces 45 billion single-use plastic water bottles every year with smarter, more sustainable water solutions. Culligan, water you love, the official water provider of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Who needs an alarm when you have Bob Surratt? Weekday mornings at 6 on 720. Now back to the game.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. And who's hot? Well, the New York Rangers on a bit of a nice run right now. 5-1-1 their last 7 games. Artemi Panarin, 4 goals, 7 assists in his last 6 contests. And who's not? The Vancouver Canucks. They just beat a very good Minnesota team, but prior to that, 1 win in their previous 8 games. No Thatcher Demko, no Philip Hedl, no Teddy Bluger, no Derek Forbort. They're without a lot of key pieces there in Vancouver. Second worst record in the Western Conference.
Well, there was a time where the New York Rangers just didn't have a prayer of winning on home ice. And now they've kind of turned things around. They're a better team. They were always a pretty good road team this season, but they struggled at home. Here's Bertuzzi into the duck zone, right circle. Diving out to knock the puck off his stick there was Gudas. Puck ends up at center ice. And Nazar into the duck zone to Bertuzzi. Fires from the left circle. Blocker save made. Crevier, a follow-up shot from the top of the right circle. And a blocker save made again.
The Blackhawks need more of just shoot the puck. Great job by Bertuzzi, and then the follow-up by Crevier.
Gudas between the circles. Bank pass up the right wing side. Deflection to the Hawk zone. McTavish now for the high slot. Here's a shot from Zellweger, and that hit the crossbar and ricochets up and into the far corner. I think that's the 5th post that the Ducks have hit tonight, Steve.
Second by Zellweger. Zellweger scored a goal back in Chicago about a week ago, and it was a laser beam, as was that. 2 off the crossbar from number 51.
Bertuzzi tries to clear the puck out up the near side, held in with a skate from Ryan Strome, who sticks it down behind the net. Oh, and then look out, Louis Crevier spun it over the near glass and into this crowd. That puck got up there in a hurry, and a penalty is going to be called here to Louis Crevier for delay of game.
Not what they needed.
Chicago, number 46, minor penalty for delaying the game.
This is just me, Steve, but I believe that the height of the glass that you see behind the net and around to the corners, I think that glass should be that height all the way up and down the rink. And it's for this reason, for safety reasons, for the fans, because that puck gets up there so fast, people can't get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why they drop it down. It drops down about 18 inches, maybe 2 feet.
It could be, I don't want to say it. Off the draw, Ducks on the power play. Carlson left point. Put the puck in the left wing corner to Troy Terry. Terry back to Carlson at the blue line. Jockeys by a check, moves it top of the far circle. Lacombe fires one toward the net. He breaks his stick as he does, and it rolls into the glove of Soderblom, and he'll hold on in the hot crease. 58 seconds left in the second period. 5-0 Ducks.
Ducks have done a good job, especially with the man advantage, winning draws. And that's something the Blackhawks have been very good at shorthanded, is winning the faceoff. Jason Dickinson comes out and tries to win one off of Granlund.
Face-off circle to Soderblom's left. And looks like it's going to be Granlund tossed out of there. Stepping in to take the draw is going to be Chris Kreider. We're talking about the New York Rangers. He's a long-time New York Ranger. One of the leading scorers in the history of that franchise. From the draw, the Hawks get control. Connor Urfield fired off the near boards and down. Down to 50 seconds left in the frame. In behind the Duck net, Billy Husso stopping the puck there for Jackson Lacombe. He'll skate it up the left wing to center ice and then drop it back into the Duck zone to Terry. Had it stripped away. Oh, Dickinson nearly had a chance but couldn't control the puck at the Duck line. Terry the other way to Kreider, left wing center ice, front of the penalty boxes. And he'll drop it off there to Carlson. Leo Carlson into the Hawk zone. Sends to the right point. And now Granlund sent it across. Here's Terry, left circle, shoots. Blocker save made by Soderblom, and he'll knock it up into the protected netting.
Yeah, that was a well-placed blocker rebound by Arvid Soderblom, who's been under siege here most of the game. That is his 40, well, he got 37 stops on 42 shots. Chris Kreider talking earlier this week with reporters about this team, and he said, we're up-tempo, and we get a lot of looks, and more times than not, we capitalize, and that's exactly what they've done tonight. Kind of beating the Blackhawks at their own game. You know, Blackhawks are a very quick team. Anaheim matched their speed, and they have really hemmed them in their zone most of this hockey game.
Well, Cutter Gauthier is going to face off against the Hawks' Frank Nazar in the circle to Soderblom's right. And Gauthier wins this draw. Zellweger backing up through the high slot. Nearly took the puck back over the blue line to center. As it is, he's punched into the boards there by Nazar. Gauthier now top of the left circle. Put it down to Seneca, bottom of the left circle. Back to Gauthier. High slot Zellweger, long shot. Oh, it's turned out of there by Soderblom, but just barely. Now Kaiser the puck. Carries behind the net and up the near side, and you hear the horn sound. That's the end of this period. The Hawks escape without further damage, but the Ducks will open up the third period on the power play with 45 seconds. And the left which to work, along with a fresh sheet of ice. Shots on goal, Steve referred to it. Boy, 43-13 in favor of Anaheim. Ouch.
Yeah, that was a masterclass really by the Anaheim Ducks in how to keep a team hemmed in their own zone. They attacked with speed, and not only were they getting shots, but they're getting puck retrievals. And I mentioned it earlier, I'll say it again. At times it looked like the Blackhawks were stuck in the spin cycle of a washing machine. They were just spinning around in their own zone, and unfortunately it was Anaheim coming up with the puck. Well, they are the Ducks, but they came up with pucks 9 times out of 10. So as a result of that dominating forecheck, the way they've controlled the puck,
Yeah.
They lead 5-0, and they've got a 43-13 advantage in shots.
Now, so out of those 25 shots, 4 hit the Blackhawks net. We counted that period. Was it 4 posts?
4
2
more posts.
crossbars, 2 posts.
Yeah, in that period. And that's not a shot.
Yeah. All right. 5-0 in favor of Anaheim after 2. Charlie Romeliotis is standing by in Blackhawks Central. He'll have a full intermission report. And then back here to Anaheim to find out if the Hawks have a miracle comeback in store for their fans that have made their way down here from L.A. There's a whole bunch of Hawks fans in the building with a period to go. Hey, anything is possible. All right, 5-0 Ducks after 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Do you have silver or gold to sell? Call me, the Antique Lady. Now is the best time. Call the Antique Lady at 773-262-1000. For years, WGN listeners have been calling the Antique Lady to sell their antiques and art. Why go to the mall or send your family treasures through the mail? Call 773-262-1000 for a buyer you know and trust. Bring your sterling silver flatware, trays, teapots, and candlesticks to the Antique Lady. Old, broken, and unworn gold pieces sitting in the drawer can be turned into cash. Deal with a family-owned business that's been in the same location for over 30 years. At 6901 Northwestern Avenue in Chicago, you'll receive a fair price with no pressure to sell. Call 773-262-1000 today.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your intermission update.
Through 40 minutes over in Anaheim, and boy, I think we want to fast forward to the 60 minutes. Blackhawks are down 5-0 to the Anaheim Ducks. That I feel like this is different from the LA game last night, where the Hawks were in it for maybe the first 35 or so minutes in LA yesterday, and then things really went sideways in the later stages of the second period. But from the puck dropping on, this does not feel like the Blackhawks have been even remotely in this game. And so, boy, they're going to have to put a miraculous third period comeback if they want to get back in this game. Shots on goal, 44-13 in favor of Anaheim through 2 periods. Yikes. Let's get to some other scores around the NHL. We start in Philadelphia, where the Flyers fell to the Colorado Avalanche 3-2 earlier today. It was Mackenzie Blackwood with a 23 save performance, which included a penalty shot in the win for the Avalanche. The defending Stanley Cup back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers knocked off the New York Islanders 4-1. Carter Verhaeghe found the back of the net for the 4th time in 3 games and 6th goal in 6 games after a 13-game goal drought. So nice to see Verhaeghe contributing for the Florida Panthers and a big win for Florida. San Jose upset the Carolina Hurricanes in Carolina earlier today. A 4-1 victory for the Sharks behind a 3-point performance by Macklin Celebrini, a goal and 2 assists in San Jose's win. The Dallas Stars defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2 in a shootout. Mikko Rantanen had the lone shootout goal in the game for the Dallas Stars. Miro Heiskanen also found the back of the net, his 6th goal of the season, and Jamie Benn as well for Dallas in the win, his 4th of the year. The St. Louis Blues knocked off the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal tonight. It was a 4-3 victory for St. Louis. Braden Shen led the way for St. Louis with a 2-goal performance. Cole Caulfield also found the back of the net for Montreal, his 16th goal of the year to extend his point streak to 11 games. The Blues were without Jordan Kyrou with a lower body injury. That's the 2nd straight game that he has missed. Just went final over in Madison Square Garden. The Vegas Golden Knights knocked off the Rangers 3-2 in overtime. It was Jack Eichel scoring the overtime winner with 8 seconds left in the game. So the home struggles continue for the Rangers, who are going to be at the United Center on Wednesday to take on the Blackhawks. And then the Washington Capitals shut out the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-0, a 39 save shutout for Logan Thompson in the win for Washington. Jacob Chikrin found the back of the net, his 11th goal of the season, and Alexei Protas scored the empty netter for his 10th goal of the year. Alex Ovechkin did not record a point in this game, which ends his point streak at 6 games. And also, last thing, Washington Capitals forward Ryan Leonard did not play in this game. He was placed on injured reserve and will miss an extended period of time because of an upper body injury after he took a hit from Jacob Trouba on Friday in the game against the Anaheim Ducks. Elsewhere in sports, the Bears had their 5-game winning streak snapped by the Packers, falling 28-21 over at Lambeau Field. The Bears did have a chance to tie things up late in the game on a 4th-and-1 play, but Caleb Williams' pass to Cole Kmet was intercepted in the end zone. The Bears will look to bounce back against the Cleveland Browns next week. You can also stay tuned for the Hampton OB postgame show with Andy Mazer, the replay here on WGN Radio after Blackhawks hockey. Meanwhile, over in Anaheim at Honda Center, the Blackhawks are down 5-0 to the Ducks. We'll take a quick break and break down what happened in that second period next. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey Blackhawks fans, this is Jason Dickinson, and you're listening to WGN Radio.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
The historic cherry wood of the colonial bedroom at Penny Mustard reminds me of George Washington, who said, "I cannot tell a lie."
That's appropriate, since the colonial bedroom is fit for a president.
That's no lie.
I also cannot tell a lie.
Really?
No, that was a lie.
The majestic colonial bedroom, featuring a king panel bed with drawers, 8-drawer dresser, panel mirror, and 3-drawer nightstand, starting at $13,445 at Penny Mustard.
7 Chicagoland showrooms.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
Second intermission in Anaheim, where the Blackhawks are trailing 5-0 through the first 40 minutes of this game. And the stats for this one are very ugly. Just going to go with, actually, I'm just going to sort this out by all situations. So here's the all situation stats so far through 40 minutes of play. Shot attempts, 67-25 Anaheim. Shots on goal, 43-13. Scoring chances are 36-8. High danger chances, 21-1. And obviously the Blackhawks are down 5-0. So this is as lopsided of a stat line as it gets through 40 minutes. This has the feel of the Buffalo Sabres game that we saw a couple weeks ago in Buffalo, where from the opening puck drop, things just were not going Chicago's way. I felt like last night's game against the LA Kings, the Hawks were the better team in the first period, and maybe even the first half of the second period. That was probably even maybe a little bit tilted towards LA's side, but the Kings ended up getting 2 late goals in the second period last night, and then they scored 3 in a row in the third period when things kind of just completely got away and the game was already over. But this one from the opening puck drop feels like Anaheim has been in total control of this game. Let's take a look at tonight's window of opportunity, sponsored by the state's official health insurance marketplace, Get Covered Illinois. Now's your opportunity to find health insurance that fits your budget at getcoveredillinois.gov. Open enrollment ends on January 15th, and it is very hard to find an opportunity that the Blackhawks have had in this game. At even strength, they have 0 high danger chances. 0. So the Hawks have really struggled. The only high danger chance they did generate was on the power play, and that came 1 minute and 6 seconds into the game. That's really the only opportunity the Blackhawks have had as far as high quality scoring chance. I mean, there have been some, like I think Frank Nazar had a breakaway in the second period with about 12:10 left. Ended up, I think it was poke checked by Ville Husso. So the Hawks had an opportunity there. By that point, it was 2-0 game by Anaheim. Anaheim scores the next, I think like 2 minutes later to make it 3-0. And then it kind of felt like the sails of Chicago were starting to get deflated. But man, if the Hawks capitalize on that opening power play, 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the game, maybe we're talking about a totally different game. But again, you could probably pinpoint a lot of situations this year. Like even in the game yesterday against LA, the Hawks had 3 power play opportunities in the first 2 periods. If the Hawks score on either of them, it probably changes the complexion of the game, similar to the one that they had here in the opening minute. Opening 106 of this game, Hawks had 4 shot attempts, 1 shot on goal, 2 scoring chances, 1 high danger chance on that power play, but couldn't find the back of the net. And really since then, it has been all Anaheim Ducks in this game. So, this is a tough one. We always talk about the last game of a road trip where you really have to beware. And so the Hawks obviously are going to need a miraculous comeback here in the third period. I think if you want to see the Hawks, you're not thinking about trying to win this game at this point. Now you're just trying to think, let's not go down easy. Like, let's just not lie down and go home from here. Like, let's put up a fight. Let's play hard against the Anaheim Ducks. Let's send a little bit of a message, not irresponsibly where you're taking a bunch of penalties and, taking like runs at guys, but just playing hard, finish the game strong. So that way they can go back home, at least feeling like they somewhat didn't lay down in this third period, which I don't expect the Blackhawks to do, but naturally, subconsciously, it might feel like that could be an option moving forward. But I don't see the Blackhawks doing this. One more break to get to, and we will set up the third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Happen OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yuengling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yuengling brings both. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DT Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hey, Chicago fans, when the game's on the line, there's no time to waste.
Same goes for selling your house. At Jeff Buys Your House, we make it fast, easy, and stress-free.
No drawn-out showings, no waiting for months on the market.
Just a fair cash offer from a veteran-owned company that puts people first.
Don't let the clock run out. Choose the trusted source. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com and score your easy offer today.
December isn't just the holiday season, it's one of the most exciting times to wager. With the NFL playoff race heating up and college bowl season underway, there's never been a better moment to jump into the action with Circa Sports Illinois. Circa delivers high limits, low holds, and unmatched customer service, built for people who want to win big. From NBA and NHL action to college bowls and the NFL playoff push, Circa Sports has you covered. Don't wait. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app today at circasports.com.
The Village of Addison invites you to celebrate the season on the Village Green, Friday and Saturday, December 12th and 13th from 6 to 10 p.m. Meet Santa, take train rides through twinkling lights, and enjoy live holiday entertainment in a cozy heated tent. Plenty of food and drinks are available, plus tour the Century House, decorated for an old-fashioned Christmas, and visit the Historical Museum Open House from 6 to 8 p.m. A magical holiday weekend for the whole family, brought to you by the Village of Addison, where the holidays shine brightest.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Charlie Remeliotis with your recap.
Blackhawks and Ducks are on the ice for the start of the third period over at Honda Center. The Hawks are down 5-0 going into this third. Hawks have gone 6 straight periods now without a goal. The last goal that the Blackhawks scored was Wyatt Kaiser on Thursday with 6 seconds left in the second period. So if nothing else, let's get a goal here in the third period just to make ourselves feel a little bit better. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com as we send it back over to Honda Center. If nothing else, John, I want the Blackhawks to score a goal just to make sure that you still know how to call a goal. We got to keep you sharp. You know, I know you're always sharp, but it's been a while since we've got a Blackhawks goal.
Well, your lips to God's ears, Charlie. I mean, and why stop at 1 goal? Let's get 5. What do you say?
Yeah, let's break. The Bandito is a little rusty. We gotta break it out.
I think Charlie's going to be after us. You know, why aren't you guys talking about? Well, because we haven't scored any goals, Charlie. Anyway, Charlie, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate it. All right, third period about to begin. The Ducks will open up play with a fresh sheet of ice and 45 seconds of power play time with which to work. The Blackhawks huddle at center ice. Dickinson in the middle of the huddle. He'll take the face-off against Mikhail Granlund of the Ducks to get it started. Dickinson has company with Ilya Mikheyev, Alex Vlasic, and Connor Murphy standing at the Hawk blue line. Third period underway as they drop the puck, and Lacombe will gather it in. He'll carry back into the Duck end. Then out the center ice, give it to Terry over the Hawk blue line to Granlund right point, down to Terry along the right wing boards. High slot now to Lacombe, fed the far circle. Kreider put it in front. Carlson shoots and scores. So it's the second power play goal of the night for the Ducks. They're 2 for 4, and they now lead the hockey game 6-0 with 19:45 left in the third.
Leo Carlson with his second goal of the game, and right out the face-off, they win another one. They get it down deep. Just the reaction of Alex Vlasic told me that he maybe should have been back a little bit farther. And you see number 91, who's a big body. Leo Carlson's a big guy. He gets in front of the net like that. You've got to take his body. You got to take his stick at least. And his stick was wide open.
Yeah.
Perfectly placed pass by Kreider, and an easy goal for Carlson.
And so for Leo Carlson, who scored his 15th a while ago, that's number 16 on the season, third on the power play. The commanding 6-0 lead for the Ducks. They attack again. Beckett Seneca down the slot into the Hawk zone was diverted wide by Sam Renzel. The Hawks come back up ice. Grizzly to center ice will fire it down the boards into the Duck zone. Circles the net to the far side corner. Taken back by the Ducks, McTavish. A lead pass now, Seneca into the Hawk zone. Drifting over top of the right circle, hands it off to Trouba. He'll fire, and a blocker save made by Soderblom. Hawks break back the other way. Led by Burakovsky to Bedard. Into the Duck zone to the left wing corner. And Minchikov wedged him off the puck. Ducks get it back. Here's Seneca along the right side boards at the Duck blue line. Handing it ahead to McTavish. He'll wire it down the boards into the Hawk zone and get off on a change. Puck slides around to Levshunov. Moving it ahead to center ice, Oliver Moore. He mishandled the puck on the stick of Ryan Strome, who then lost it back to Levshunov at center, and he drives it into the left wing corner Duck zone. Drew Hellison there will spin it behind the net up the left wing side into the Hawk zone. And Kaiser darting back to take it away from Vetrano in the Hawk zone, clears to center ice. Nazar then gave the puck to Moore over the Duck line down the right wing side. A penalty is going to be called here to the Ducks. A hooking call. And the Hawks are going to get a Sitco power play. Hey, chance to get on the board when you start with Sitco. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Sitco. Download the app now to start saving.
Yeah, Ryan Strome with the penalty, the hook on Ian Moore, who showed some pretty good speed to the outside there. Took the pass from Frankie Nazar. And the Blackhawks, an opportunity to gain a little bit of momentum here, at least score a goal and wreck the shutout for Billy Husso.
Penalty at 1:32. Off the draw, the Hawks control. Levshunov at the blue line. Deep slot now. Now Bertuzzi from the right circle fires a shot. It goes in. They score. It's a power play goal. No shutout tonight. Billy Husso went down on his knees to try and make the save, but the puck squirted through him. Took the Hawks 8 seconds to get onto the board. Bertuzzi with a power play goal. 6-1 in favor of Anaheim.
And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito, celebrate every goal this year for the Blackhawks with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Get another look at that. And, yeah, you had Burakovsky barreling to the crease. I don't know what the Ducks are disputing here. No, Husso misplayed that with his goal stick back into the net.
Yeah, it's a nice setup there.
There you go.
Burakovsky out front didn't even touch it, so this goal will go to Tyler Bertuzzi. And... wait, did you hear the cheers from the fans here at the Honda Center? I'd say it's 75% Blackhawk fans. And it was a huge round of applause for the Blackhawks. Maybe that gets them going.
Yeah. I tell people all the time on these broadcasts that we are always surrounded by great company in the Blackhawk fans who meet us not only here at the Duck Pond, but up in L.A. as well, and even in San Jose. There's a lot of them that live in California, obviously, or else we probably wouldn't see them here at games. Offside is called against the Ducks at the Hawk blue line.
Well, that's a moral victory just to get that first goal.
Sure.
And now you can maybe, just loosen up a little bit and they were playing so tight, making mistakes all over the ice. I don't think they're going to win this hockey game. They probably realize that too, but they want to finish strongly. Got to go home and play a very difficult New York Ranger team in a couple of days.
Now the Hawks 1 for 2 in the Sitco power play. Bertuzzi scoring at 1:41 from Bedard. And the Hawks are on the board. Ducks attacking in. Granlund passing it to Ryan Poehling. Racing into the Hawk zone down the left wing side. He became entangled with Louis Crevier and lost the puck. Crevier then poke-checked it behind the net and up the near side to Grizzlick, who shot the puck ahead now for Ryan Donato. This deflects down ice into the Duck end. And Zellweger back to get it. With a pass ahead, Leo Carlson through center ice, crossing the Hawk blue line from the left circle on those. A shot, not much on it. Soderblom whacked it wide with a stick. Truba now at the right point. Put it down to the right wing boards. Carlson now to the right point to Lacombe. Carlson at the blue line again. He jockeys past the check down the right wing side to the corner. Stopping there. Put it back to Truba, right point. He'll fire, and a glove save made by Arvid Soderblom. Soderblom holds on. He had company in Chris Kreider and the Hawks' Sam Renzel, who were trying to battle one another for possession. Face off to Soderblom's left.
Jacob Truba's done a real good job getting shots through from the point. And he's had players come out, challenge him, try to block it, and he still gets it through. That's his third shot of the night. So the Blackhawks, after 2 periods, they only had 13 shots. Only 4 of those were from forwards. Yeah. 9 of the 13 shots were from defensemen. So that one, though, by Tyler Bertuzzi will count as a shot, and maybe that gets the forwards going.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a goal mouth pass, Steve. I heard you were talking about it after the goal was scored, after I finished with my dialogue, and just kind of looked like a pass. Yeah. It ends up in the net.
Yeah, he was looking for Burakovsky out front right off the stick of Billy Husso.
Here's Troy Terry in the left wing corner Hawk zone, outnumbered by a couple of Hawks. Ilya Mikheyev pulls the puck free and lifts it behind the net. Vlasic will pick it up and carry it the left wing side and lift the puck through the air to the Duck blue line. Drew Hellison gloves it there over his head, drops it to a stick, and made a pass ahead for Troy Terry that missed. And it goes down, and icing is the call against Anaheim. This will bring up the 4 seasons. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons. Face off in the Duck zone, circle of Husso's left.
And the strong season for Tyler Bertuzzi continues. You mentioned the 15th goal of the year. 8 of those now on the power play. And, boy, he has been not only good along the boards, picking up loose pucks, winning loose battles, but just excellent around the net.
And he is among the league leaders in power play goals. Nazar goes for a tumble in the Duck zone. He became entangled with Gudis and went down. No penalty is called as they continue to play. Oliver Moore pokes the puck free along the far boards in the Duck zone, but right to Zellweger, and he'll lift it through the air down into the Hawk end. Kaiser to the puck along the left wing boards. Over to Renzel, then a pass ahead. Here's Moore breaking into the Duck zone, right wing side. Put it in front for Bertuzzi. The pass was into his skates, unfortunately. Moore probably should have shot that puck.
Absolutely. We've said that 5 or 6 times in this game, John. You got to be a little selfish out there, especially when you're losing 6-1. Just get pucks on the net.
Tavish stepping into the Hawk zone, right point. Backhands the puck down to the corner. Gravier works his way past a check from Seneca, but then lost the puck. Kaiser will claim it behind the net. Move up the right wing side. Becomes entangled with Seneca, and the Ducks get the puck back. Gauthier sends it to the corner. McTavish rolls off of a check, but lost the puck. Seneca put it back to the left point to Zellweger. He sends the puck off the inboards. It bounces straight up the slot, and big Louis Crevier gathers it in.
Smart play by Zellweger. He's got that great shot. Realized he couldn't get it through, so he banked it off the inboards. It did come right out in front of the net, but no Duck player around.
Now Strome to a loose puck at center ice, crossing the Hawk blue line, stopping in the deep slot, flips it down toward the net that goes wide. Dickinson to the puck, banks it up the right side. Colton Dock at center ice. Hands it ahead to Nato over the Duck line, left wing side. The Grizzlick left circle, and he pumps a shot just wide. Matt Grizzlick still looking for his first Hawks goal. Grizzlick along the left wing boards. Fans on a shot down the boards, and just lost the puck back out to center ice and down into the Hawk end. Dickinson back to track it down. To Levshin off in the far corner. Back to Dickinson, moving it up the right wing to Ryan Green at center ice. And it's off his stick. Dickinson took it back. Had the Dock at the Duck line on the right wing, and he'll spin it down behind the net. Jacob Truba got it there to Lacombe in the corner. Tried to clear it up the boards. Picked off by Burakovsky near the right point. And then Paling strips it away for the Ducks. Shot it ahead. It deflects back into the Duck zone. And Truba now has the puck at the Duck blue line. Truba with a pass ahead for big Ross Johnston. Hawk blue line right wing. Spins it down behind the net. Soderblom will rim it around up the near glass down to the Duck blue line, and the Ducks take the puck back. There's a pass by Minchikov ahead into the Hawk zone. Rolls down beside the Hawk net. Soderblom plays to the near corner Vlasic. Try to angle a pass up the middle of the ice for Burakovsky, but the puck bounced off his stick. And Vlasic can now drag it up the left wing boards and clear to center ice to Connor Bedard. Bedard to the Duck line on the right wing. Lifts it down to the corner Anaheim zone. Burakovsky runs Hellison into the end boards. Johnston to the puck in the near corner. Sticks it up the right wing side to Paling at center ice. He in turn leaves it for Hellison, who shot it off the glass in front of the penalty boxes, and the puck tumbles into the Hawk zone. The Hawks get possession. Here's Grizzlick snapping a pass ahead into the Duck zone. Dickinson could not beat Zellweger to the dots in the Duck end. Icing is the call against the Hawks.
John, one thing Anaheim's done a real good job of, and Chicago's so good at forechecking because they got speed and they get pucks into areas and they put pressure on the puck. They've done an excellent job of getting to those pucks first and getting the puck out, whether it's skating it out or making a really good first outlet pass. And defense for Anaheim has to be commended for that.
Draw one by the Ducks. Here's Lacombe walking it down to the left circle and angling a shot on goal. And this looked like it deflected off of someone next to the net, maybe Kreider, and bounced down. And then Soderblom plops on it and holds it, and the whistle stops play. 13-12 remains in period number 3. The Ducks 6 and the Hawks 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Finding health insurance can be so confusing. People need help. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
And we're here to help. With thousands of brokers certified by the state and hundreds of trained insurance guides, what we call navigators, available in communities across Illinois.
All free.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours,
the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Celebrate the holidays at Pettorino's Italian Restaurant in the heart of Chicago. The Pasticeria's famous peppermint hot chocolate is back with boozy editions available at their now open sidewalk bar. New Pasticeria holiday hours, Friday and Saturday till 9, Sunday through Thursday till 8. Holiday gift cards are also available. Spend $100 and receive an additional $25 gift card good at any Good Plate Hospitality location. Stop into the Pasticeria for all your holiday baked goods and visit Pettorino's.
Hey, this is Jeremy Roenick. Let's get you back to Hawks hockey. Here are the boys.
Remember, all Blackhawks wins this season are sponsored by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. We might not get a victory out of the Blackhawks in this game, but we could get a strong finish. And any coach will tell you it's always important, especially in a game that you've been kind of outplayed in. You want to finish strong. You want a good feeling going home, and especially playing against a very difficult New York Rangers team who we'll see in a couple of nights at the United Center.
Yeah. Benefit of a day off tomorrow, and then probably, I would think, a spirited practice on Tuesday to get ready for the Rangers. Then a morning skate Wednesday morning. We'll see. I like the home cooking. I like the comforts of the United Center, how privileged we are, how fortunate we are to be working in such a tremendous building with such a great group of fans. I mean, I don't think it's going to get any better than that.
Well, you know what? I guess it's almost 30 years old now, and I still think it's one of the best buildings. It's kept up as well as any building in the NHL, and the Honda Center here, perfect example. They're talking about doing a complete renovation of this facility, and this wasn't built that long ago. Of course, the Anaheim Ducks coming into the league, back in 92, 93, I believe.
93, 94.
93, 94, yeah.
First season. We got an icing call here against the Ducks. But yeah, they're building a whole complex around this building. Several parking garages, those are in place. And then they're going to put in like 24 restaurants. They're going to turn this into a destination. And they're supposed to have a hotel right across the way.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, Disneyland is literally a 5-minute drive from this facility, the Honda Center. And why not? Mr. Samueli, who's done a great job since taking over this franchise. Got plenty of money to spend, and he's spending it the right way.
Yeah, they've been terrific owners. They certainly have. Well, from center ice, Vlasic whacks the puck to the left wing corner in the duck end. Radko Gudas spins it behind his net. Over to Zellweger, and then a pass up by Seneca into the Hawk zone down the right wing. To Gauthier, who nearly toe-picked and fell headfirst into the boards in the Hawk end. Turns over the puck, left Chenault. Passing on the left wing, Green over the duck line. To Burakovsky, cutting down to the left wing corner. He sent it in front. Ball went right through the feet of Bedard to the far boards. Bedard was parked all alone next to the net. Meanwhile, Hawk blue line. Vlasic takes it back to Bedard, cutting in over the duck line. He's tripped, and no penalty is called. He's looking at the referee for a call. Referee saying, nope, not this time. Meanwhile, Ryan Green dumping the puck from center ice down to the left wing corner duck end. He'll now get off on a change.
Yeah, Connor went palms up too. Now, if the score's 2-1 in favor of Anaheim, I think he would have really been demonstrative, but he just went palms up and skated right to the bench.
Soderblom behind the Hawk net off of a duck dump in, spins it around up the left wing side. Bertuzzi, Hawk line, whacks it ahead to Donato. He's over the duck line. Gave it to Colton Dock along the right board. Stopping there, he'll spin it down behind the net. Donato sends it free to the near boards, but Alex Killorn picks up the puck, and he'll move up the right wing side. Chip the puck ahead into the Hawk zone. Doubling back was Donato to take it away. Over to Rinzel, to Bertuzzi over the center ice circle. That pass was in his skates. Killorn takes the puck back into the Hawk zone near the right point. Battling with Grzelcyk, lost the battle. Here's Colton Dock now to center ice on the left wing. Hit by Minchikov, but lost the puck into the duck zone. Gudas passing to Killorn at center ice on the right wing. Waving it down the boards into the Hawk zone. Strom in the left wing corner to Gudas, right point. High slot to Zellweger, firing a shot. That hit Frank Vetrano, I believe, on the side of the knee, and he goes down in a heap.
Yeah, we talked about Zellweger and his shot. He brings it with some heat, and unfortunately, friendly fire hits his own player, and on the side of the knee, not a lot of padding there. And it looks like he's going to stay in this game, which is a good sign. Yeah.
Frank Vetrano, Steve, has had a tough year. He's from East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Normally far more productive offensively, but he has really struggled this season.
Yeah. Frank the Tank, as he's affectionately known as from his teammates.
Well, from the draw, center ice, the puck tumbles into the Hawk zone. Murphy whacks it up the right wing side to center ice, intended for Mikheyev. Now it's taken back by Murphy from center, back into the Hawk zone. Kaiser back in the net, drove it up the near side. And Gudas pinching from the right point to the half boards, kept it alive. Zellweger now from the left point fires. That hit Murphy up high and goes wide. This puck along the right boards to Dickinson. Put it across to Kaiser. He'll send it ahead for Teravainen at center ice. He redirects the puck into the Duck zone. Now Ross Johnson sends it off the near boards into the Hawk zone. Connor Murphy takes a pass from Kaiser, sends it out over the center ice circle. This is picked off by the Ducks' Johnston. Johnston and Kaiser vie for the puck in the near corner Hawk zone. They both go down after collapsing into the boards. Meanwhile, the Ducks get it back. Lacombe at the left point. Spins it down behind the net, around to the near side for Granlund, who tried to center the puck, picked off by the Hawks' Jason Dickinson. He'll clear down ice into the Duck zone, and that line for the Hawks will get off on a change.
One thing the the Duck defensemen do very well is use each other, whether it's on breakouts or even at the offensive blue line. A lot of D-to-D passes.
There's Carlson down the slot, Hawk zone, leaving the puck for Terry, who slides and fires a shot. Turned out of there by Soderblom. Trouba firing from the right point into traffic. That was blocked in front. Now the puck slung to center ice by Vlasic and down ice into the Duck zone. Burakovsky was a little late getting there. The Ducks take it back. Leo Carlson at center to Kreider, Hawk line right wing. Snaps the puck down the boards behind the net. Terry in the left wing corner. Put it up the boards for Minchikov. One of the referees hit the ice in the far corner. I believe that's Halkitis. Meanwhile, Terry in the right circle and Kreider right corner. Flips it up the slot to Hellison. Now to Minchikov from the left circle. Sent it toward the net. And it deflects in on Soderblom. He uses his left pad to stop the shot, then cover, and a whistle will stop play. 6-1 Anaheim with 8:44 left in period number 3. Out here in Anaheim, this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Tom Skilling, and you're listening to Blackhawks hockey on WGN Radio.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
It's Bob Surratt. If you follow hockey, you know how important protection is. Protecting the net, the lead, the win. Planning for retirement isn't much different. It's not one decision, it's many. Each one shapes the life you want, how to create reliable income, how much risk to take, when to step away from work, and how to safeguard what you've built. Handling all of that alone can feel like a full-time job. That's why I chose Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors work with you one-on-one to make the complex feel clear and build a plan that keeps your money working for what's ahead. Your strategy starts with a simple conversation. For a retirement plan you can trust, let Trajan Wealth guide you. Schedule your complimentary review at TrajanWealth.com or visit their offices in Naperville, Park Ridge, or Orland Park. Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built for what comes next.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Welcome back to Anaheim. 6-1 the score in favor of the Ducks. The Blackhawks facing off in their own zone.
Now, here's Moore. Tried to pass the puck out. Picked off in the high slot by Minchikov. Sent it down to the corners. This is now picked off by the Hawks. Bertuzzi, who clears to center ice. At the Duck line, Drew Hellison. Bank pass up the left wing for Seneca at the Hawk blue line, but it's past his stick, and Levshinoff for the Hawks clears to center ice. Hellison for the Ducks will spin it back down behind the net. Soderblom stopping the puck there for Kaiser. He had it stripped away. The Ducks get it back. Look out, a point-blank shot from Seneca was disrupted by the Hawks. Nazar got a stick in there. And Levshinoff will carry out the center and then loop back into the Hawks zone. Hawks nearly guilty of too many men on the ice again. A bad change there at the bench. Seneca into the Hawks zone. Drops it in the left circle. Goche fans on a shot. And now we get a whistle stopping play. What do we have here?
It's going to be a high stick on Beckett Seneca, who went down hard. Looked like he got one up in the mouth. Don't know which defenseman that was. It was either Levshunov or Kaiser. Looks like it's going to be Artie Levshunov. So Anaheim will be going to the power play. Here's the call.
Stop. Clock. Might be time to fix that, Mike.
Yeah, well, it's number 55 for the high stick, and it was on Beckett Seneca. So there was no blood, obviously, but Blackhawks forced to kill another penalty.
And a penalty at 12:06. It's period number 3. Ducks get their 5th power play opportunity on the night. And off the draw, the Hawks get possession, and Connor Murphy will fire the puck all the way down. Now behind the net, here's Lacombe carrying the puck out for the Ducks to his blue line, and he keeps on going through center. Got it to Jacob Trouba over the Hawk line down the left wing side, and he backhands the puck across the rink into the near corner. Frank Vetrano there. Around to Killorn, left wing corner. Right to center the puck. This rolls free to Vlasic. He'll pump it off the far boards and back down.
I don't like seeing this from head coach Joel Quenneville. This is not one of their power play units. Ryan Strome with Killorn and Vetrano. And even a guy like Jacob Trouba on the back end, although he scored in this hockey game. So he doesn't want to run the score up. But he wants to reward some of these players, I'll say role players, with some valuable power play time.
You might be trying to get Frank Vetrano a goal. Poor kid's been snake bit all season long. Vetrano along the right boards to Lacombe right point. Moving with the puck down to the half boards. Oh, and now Kaiser's lost his helmet. And I believe the rule is he's supposed to either head to the bench or put it on immediately, stop playing. Meanwhile, back in the Hawk zone, Jaravainen chops the puck back down ice.
And he did get it on. That's why he stayed on the ice. And now he's off the ice. So good job by Wyatt Kaiser knowing the rule and getting off the ice as quickly as he could.
Ryan Palin carrying through center ice across the Hawk blue line. Tried to spin it down the left wing side. And Oliver Moore picks off that pass and clears it all the way down.
Look who's up front on the power play. That's Johnston, who you mentioned, on the verge of setting a career high in points.
He has the puck in the Hawk zone left point. Tried to snap it down to the corner. It bounces back to Minchikov. Minchikov put it down the side and in behind the net to Michael Granlund, who feeds a pass up the slot. This deflects to center ice. And Hellison darts back just in front of Oliver Moore to get to the puck. 4 seconds left on the Duck power play. Now 1. The Hawks are back to full strength. And that's sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine.
I'm sorry, Joe.
That's all right.
Connor Murphy just tried to clear one, put it right off the referee. That might have been Halkitis again.
Yep.
Is it a tough period here? Taken out earlier, and then just a puck right off the leg.
Now in the near corner in the Hawk zone. You have McKayev and Granlund battling for the puck, and it slides off the side of the net now off a deflection. Ross Johnston there to Zellweger at the left point. Put it over right circle to Granlund. Granlund holding will fire. And a blocker save made by Soderblom. Loose puck in behind the net. Pride free by Paling. Put it around, but it's picked off by the Hawks. Levshunov out of the box to Dickinson over the line. He'll fire from the left circle, and that's into the chest and glove of Husso. He'll hold the puck for a whistle and a stoppage in play. 5:08 left in the hockey game. It's the Ducks 6 and the Hawks 1. Come back for the conclusion right after you hear these breaks. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hi, this is Dave Musio, owner of 4 Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. And I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your 4 Seasons furnace tune-up and save $50. A 4 Seasons furnace tune-up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
When I got sick, I spent years looking for answers. But it only took one conversation with my team at Northwestern Medicine to correct my misdiagnosis. I am Daniel, and I have Parkinson's disease. No other hospital has spoken to me in Spanish before. So, when my new care team did, they didn't just change the conversation, they changed my life.
The Northwestern Medicine Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorders Center offers specialized, culturally sensitive care. Their Spanish-speaking team was the first to provide Daniel and other Spanish speakers like him with answers and innovative treatment in the language he preferred.
When Parkinson's changed my life, So did my Spanish-speaking care team.
At Northwestern Medicine, personalized care means recognizing cultural differences. Because what makes us better makes you better. Learn more at nm.org/Parkinson.
This is Chris Chelios, and you're listening to Blackhawks Hockey. Now back to the game.
Welcome back to Anaheim. 6-1 the score in favor of the Ducks. And if you're the Blackhawks, boy, this road trip started out really well. In fact, you had a lead, a 3-2 lead in the third period against Vegas. You ended up losing that game in overtime. I'll make that as a shootout, I believe.
Shootout.
Yes, it was a shootout. So then they picked up the next one in L.A. So now, yeah, you've picked up 3 of 4 points. They've lost the last 2 games. But still, they'll end up with 3 of 8 points on the road. Ultimately, coaches try to get 4 out of 8 points. You try and get half the points when you're on the road. You try to play 500, and just a little shy of that. So not all lost on this road trip, but it could have been so much better, and I think the players realize that, John.
Steve, I'll say this. For this team, I think a little more mature team might have been able to extract a few more points, but this is a young hockey team, and they're learning as they go. It's a good experience. You know, win or lose, you're getting that experience at the NHL level, and it can only get better.
Yeah, a lot of these young guys not used to back-to-backs possibly, and this was certainly a very tough back-to-back. We talked about it before the game just amongst ourselves. We knew this was going to be a tough game for the Blackhawks, and it certainly was.
Well, in behind the Hawk net, little handoff by Soderblom to Crevier. Crevier bats it up the left wing board. Donato, who banks it in turn ahead for Doc, but this is by him and down ice in on Husso, the Ducks goalkeeper. Moving it to the far corner to Zellweger. He'll pass up ice. McCavish into the Hawk zone down the left wing to the net. Will fire, and a shoulder save made by Soderblom. Doc grabs the rebound up over his head, drops it to his stick, skates the center ice up the left wing, and then flings the puck down the boards in behind the Duck net. Doc will get off on a change. Ducks get the puck back. Hellison to Minchikov at center ice on the left wing. Returns it back across the rink to Hellison. He'll fire it back down in behind the Hawk net. Rinzel behind the net to Kaiser near corner. He'll lift it through the air down to the Duck blue line, and Pavel Minchikov back to take it there for Anaheim.
I like that breakup from Wyatt Kaiser. Nothing available, so he just flips the puck, kind of a high hoister, and hoping one of his teammates could skate into it, but they get the puck out of danger. It's a great breakout.
Kaiser takes the puck now behind the Hawk net out the far side and flips it across the rink. And Vetrano intercepts the pass and then put a pass between his legs. It's picked off by the Hawks. Rinzel clears to center ice. Green will drop it back into the Hawk zone to Rinzel between the circles. Passing up the left wing to Kaiser. He'll stick it ahead. This misses Bedard at the Duck blue line and goes down. And icing is the call against the Hawks.
Kind of feel for Arvid Soderblom. And you always feel for a backup goaltender because they're going to get the tough start. And the tough start is always the second game of a back-to-back. That's what he draws tonight. He made 45 saves. So that ties a career high for him.
Yeah.
The other time he made 45 saves was in Detroit when he won that game. 45 saves on 46 shots. Not going to win this one, but boy, plenty of rubber coming his way.
Now Lacombe, top of the left circle, Hawk zone fires, and Soderblom deflects that up into the netting with his blocker.
Well, that is a new career high in saves for Soderblom. So right on cue, 46 saves by the Chicago netminder, and I just love his disposition. You know, he's just very even keel, never too up, never too down. I think he keeps his team calm.
Steve, can you recognize the tune? The organist here playing na 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 na, hey, 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 goodbye, just like they do at White Sox games. And the organist is playing that, by the way, to the accompaniment of the video board showing Blackhawk fans exiting the building. Okay. All right. Well, that's how it goes. Now the puck shot around by Trouba off the glass and down. We're going to get icing here to the Ducks. Ordinarily, White Sox fans know this. When the ball leaves the ballpark off of a White Sox player's bat, that's when you hear that song. Anyway, I digress. Face-off circle to the right of Billy Husso in the Duck end. 6-1 Anaheim. Paling facing off with Bertuzzi. Clean face-off when to Vlasic to Levshinoff. Right circle closes in. He'll fire. Pad save made. Nazar follows up with a shot from the slot. That's blocked. Here's Big Ross Johnston to center ice. Shoveling the puck down the right boards to the corner Hawk zone. Levshinoff then strokes it up the left wing side to Nazar. To Bertuzzi, to Oliver Moore. They crisscross over the center ice circle. Moore weaving into the Duck zone down the right wing. Send it down behind the net. Bertuzzi guides with the left wing corner. Nazar The Vlasic left point down to Nazar left corner to Moore in front of the net. He shot it on goal, and now Husso's down on his pads and stopping it there. Whistle stopping play. Husso gives a friendly tap to his former teammate in Detroit, Tyler Bertuzzi.
That's right. Those guys played together for a couple of years. You know, this Anaheim team, a couple of years ahead in the rebuild as far as, you know, tearing it down and starting over again. Pat Verdic's done a pretty good job. Well, they had 80 points last year, so that was 20 points more than the Chicago Blackhawks. So, you know, the Blackhawks this year, you know, they'll be a definitely improved team, and maybe by the same amount that Anaheim's going to improve this year. So I would say they're probably a year, maybe 2 years behind the rebuild of this Anaheim Ducks team. Just a little more mature on the back end. When you get guys like Trouba and Gudas, you know, that really helps your team. A lot of leadership there.
Ducks attacking again down the left wing side. Carlson put it over to Killorn. He shoots and scores. A little insult to injury for the Ducks.
That might be your guy. That might be Vetrano.
Actually, excuse me, I said Killorn. Let me correct myself, folks. That's Frank Vetrano scoring the goal. That's his first goal in a long time.
And again, I like the fact that, you know, normally there's fist pumps over by the bench. You go and you high five each of the players over there. And the Ducks wisely decide not to do it. Big smile on Frank Vetrano's face. But they don't want to rub salt into the wound. Yeah, they scored a seventh goal, but no big celebration afterwards. Frank Vetrano, though, very relieved. As you mentioned, he's been snake bit a lot this year.
It's only his third goal on the season. Makes it 7-1. The score really academic at this point. Green passing it out to Crevier, center ice. Lead pass, Burakovsky into the Duck zone. Top of the right circle where he's hit by Gudas and goes down. Puck now taken back by the Ducks. Zellweger put it up the right wing side to Granlund. Ahead to Johnston into the Hawk zone. And Kaiser steps into him and put a shoulder into him and knocked him off the puck. The Hawks will take it back. Here's Bedard with it along the left boards. Put it back into the Hawk zone to Crevier. Passing up the right side, Burakovsky, Duck blue line. He stops and whips it across the rink. But this deflects back to the Hawk blue line to Kaiser. We're down to 1:05 left in the hockey game. Kaiser with the puck over the center ice circle. Sent it ahead off a deflection down into the Duck crease. Husso directs it to the near corner to Hellison. He'll pass it ahead for Carlson. We're under a minute to play here in period number 3. Ducks 7, Hawks 1. In the far corner, Hawk zone, Terry passing to the slot. There's picked off by Ryan Donato. He'll skate the puck to center ice. Flips it into the Duck zone to himself, and then Hellison reaching was able to poke check it away. To Carlson at center, to Terry over the Hawk line down the right wing side. Terry from the circle waves it in front of the net over to Minchikov along the left boards. Down to Terry, left wing corner with 30. Terry around to the left point. Will send it toward the front of the net. Blocked by Donato. Kreider claims the puck behind the Hawk net. And then skates over to the side, the right circle. Kreider now darts back in behind the net. Had a stick lifted by Renzel, who will take the puck and skate it out to center ice and flip it ahead to the Duck blue line. 10 seconds left in the game. Hellison's got the puck between the circles in the Duck end. Nobody from the Hawks is in pursuit. 3 seconds, 2-1. The season series is over. As is the hockey game, the Ducks beat the Blackhawks tonight 7-1. The Ducks outshot the Blackhawks in the game 53-20.
Yeah, Anaheim went into the victory formation with about 5 seconds left on the clock. The Blackhawks just stood around at center ice. No pressure. Huge win for Anaheim, who, as you mentioned, had lost the first 2 contests against the Chicago Blackhawk team, but a very dominating performance, winning 7-1.
Yeah, they did. Well, the Hawks will finish this road trip 1-2-1. Steve talked about it, 3 out of a possible 8 points. And now the ledger sees the Blackhawks record go from 2-12, 11, and 6 on the season, while with the win, the Ducks